Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, from Atlanta to the world, Clydeside, Stateside, or worldwide, it's time to rise up. Time to get your game day faces on. Time to put on that eye black. Uh, Time to get ready, ladies and gentlemen. The Scottish Falcons, or at least half of the boys, are back for number 37, episode number 37. And a special one today because today it's the debut of the Kettle Sessions. So AFNI's family watch parties, which we'll be doing to kind of wind down the season now as well. So today we've got the Battle of the Birds. The 9-3 Seattle Seahawks are coming to Atlanta. I did manage to see the prognosis, and it doesn't look too good for us. 98% chance that the Seahawks win tonight. But win, lose or tie, Falcons till we die. As I say, it's one of the taglines of the show, and a message to which we hold ourselves very, very dear and very, very accountable. So we'll be here till the final whistle. We'll be here to the end of the season, regardless of what happens as well. But yeah, as I said in the chat, it's game day. It's time to rise up. If not now, then when? So yeah, as I say, there's about 8 minutes to go until kickoff. So I'm just doing a little bit of pre-game warm up at the moment. Just letting people get into the room, get situated, all that good stuff. Should be hopefully some guests popping into the building later on in the show to help me out, to give you some play-by-play, all that good stuff that you've come to know and love from AFNI. So you can look forward to that. But at the moment, I'll be keeping you company, holding things down. So I'm glad to out and appreciative of everyone who can join me. As I say, I know it's 7 minutes to kick off now, so there's a few of you just getting in, getting situated, all that good stuff. I know the regulator show is going to be winding down pretty soon as well. So yeah, I'm going to tell you how I think it's going to go. And I made no qualms about the fact that I think that we are going to lose this game. I think for all intents and purposes, our season has been over for a few weeks now. But this will be the nail on the coffin. As I say, the Falcons being the Falcons, a win wouldn't be out of the question, but just the quality of football team that we're going against, given the fact that James Pierce Jr. isn't at 100%, Brandon Dorless is out too, and you're facing, as I say, quite a potent offense there with Jackson Smith and Jigba, also Kenneth Walker the third as well. So yeah, some dangerous guys that we're going against. As C Double said on the show last night, their defense is small, it's light, but they're fast moving. They're they cover sideline to sideline very well as well. So it's not just going to be about how well we can stop their offensive game, but we need to bring the run game to it as well and be able to do that effectively today if we're going to have any chance of a win. But yeah, Seattle are no slouches, as we've seen throughout the season. So it'll be an interesting game, to say the least. You know how we do. But ideally, I want us to start right off the bat, punch them in the mouth, so to speak. Just get it going early. That's all I really hope for. Also, if we are on offense first, I want to see if we're not successful in the first couple of drives. I want to see something that maybe it's asking too much at this point, but I wouldn't mind seeing some adjustments tonight. But I feel like with all the injuries that we've had throughout the season as well, it kind of hampers the situation too. So I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it. We're not in the best of positions, but as I say, we're still going to fight for it. So if you're going to go down, we're going to go down swinging, and that's just how we do. So yeah, as I say, this will be my 17th, 18th season as a Falcons fan. So I'm used to it by now. And as you know from some of the guys in the panel that have been watching as long as I have or longer, it's been a long road. We're not quite there yet, but that's the beauty of it too. As we always say, that we'll all be here when they get that first first ring, and that's going to be a really, really special occasion for all concerned. So definitely something to look forward to. I almost hate saying these words at this point, but I want to trust the process, especially, well, speaking roster wise. We've made the picks, we got the guys that we wanted. I don't think we really lost too much by getting a James Pierce Jr. As I say, we didn't give up much to move up and take that man. So I'm very happy with that. The production speaks for itself, as we say, 5 sacks. Not to mention the partnership and the camaraderie. Dare I say brotherhood that's forming between him and Jalen Walker too. So yeah, that's building a pass rush unit that's going to be dangerous for years to come. So I'm very excited for that. Also, you add into the fact that we've boosted the secondary now. Obviously, Billy Bowman's season's done now, but he was balling out, no mistake. And then you have the rookie interceptions leader as well, and Xavier Watts. So we had a lot of fantastic value through the draft as well. But just a couple of minutes to kick off now, and we can see what Falcons team we're going to get tonight. Because for me, that's the biggest question of the evening. But as I say, if you've got any chat, if you've got any comments, questions for the panel, or even if it's just myself, I'll do my best to field them as best as I can for you. But yeah, you know what to do. Just drop them down in the chat. They're always appreciated. And hopefully we can keep you company, and it's an entertaining game tonight. It's time to put up the live score, because we will be kicking off very, very shortly now. I'm essentially just following the ESPN Gamecast, so if you're ahead, or if there's any delays, I'm not one to really fuss about spoilers too much. So as I say, if you don't like spoiler warnings, then I would put it in the chat ahead of time. Otherwise, as I say, if you're catching me up, then that's all good too. But yeah, we're 2 minutes to go now until kickoff, and I'm not going to lie, it's a good feeling to not have any pressure, because this is one game that I'm not nervous for. Because as I say, a loss gives us every chance that the coaching staff's going to change, or we win. So either way, it's kind of win-win for us, as Des and I have said before on the show. So when you get to this point in the season, as I say, I'm just here for the party. I'm here to kind of spend some time with you folks, talk some Falcons, and just have some fun with it. May as well, if there's no playoffs in sight, then may as well just double down and have fun with the rest of the year. But we will be having some serious talk too coming up, just in regards to the draft cycle and some of the kids that we see that are coming up that we maybe like the look of and things of that nature. But obviously, possibly well before any of that comes around, we will need to address this coaching situation, because, as I say, the guys that are in right now are not the guys for the job. They've proven that, especially Raheem, head coach. The record tells you everything you need to know. He's looking at the scoreboard, but he's not watching the score. And that's something that, yeah, it lends to his attitude of wanting to be everyone's friend, but it's in the job title, head coach. You're meant to coach these guys. They're just the chess pieces, but they need the strategy to go out there and get the job done. And that fault lies with you, and with your OC, your DC, and your special teams. And again, as me and Des have said, it's the special teams is something that's hurt us a lot this year, because we've kept guys specifically for that reason, who have then not contributed as much as we'd hoped they would. And so that's something that we would like to see improve for next season. So I would expect to see, on the lower half of the roster, at least a lot of room for sort of movement and shuffle and things like that. But yeah, 6 p.m. kickoff time in the A. So we're ready to go, or as ready as we'll ever be. And for all of you that are watching, as I say, a big portion of this game is going to come down to just how hard are we going to fight? Because as I say, my biggest worry for this team rather would be that the coaching staff seems on one hand and the players the other. I feel like they're losing the locker room in a lot of cases. So it kind of leads me to think that I don't quite know what we're gonna see out of the Dirty Birds tonight. But regardless of what it is, as I say, we'll break it all down for you. And as I say, the game's live now, so you just have to take it as it comes. Before we really get into the game as well, in any real or meaningful capacity, I would just remind you that if you do want to join us on the panels, there's always spaces in the Kilted Revolution, and that is an ever-growing brand, and your boy's grinding hard behind the scenes to continue to bring more panelists to you that you're going to like, that are going to give us good takes, that are going to obviously represent the Falcons the way we want our birds to be represented as well. But there's always more dirty birdie work needing to be done. So, as I say, if you want to be part of the team, if you want to become one of our frequent flyers, then you can contact myself, Maggie, or Des through the socials. You'll get me at Will the Thrill Waddle on everything. As I say, my new solo show's up and running too, so there's plenty of scope if you do want to help out. We will find something for you to do. I can assure you that. And so here we are. Seahawks 0, Falcons 0. As I say, guys, we're just hoping from a nice quick start from this offense. We don't want to stagnate. Because this is the caliber of team that we're going against, to where they could easily outscore us by 20 tonight if we let them. So it's, as I say, how hard do you want to fight? To the handful of you that are tuning in right now, I do appreciate the views. We always do. We'll give you the same level of content whether there are 5 or 105 of you. So we appreciate you being in the building with us for the game tonight. And this is the damn beauty of it. Scottish winter. They just don't want your boy to have nice things, but we will keep pushing. We will continue right until the clock reads zeros. As our sister from the Die Hard fan base Karina would say. And that's the attitude I feel like has been lacking from some Falcons fans this season. I understand the results aren't where we want them to be, but get out there and keep showing support. As I say, it's where it's always been a hub, or a mecca, if you will. It's often described as the black mecca, but I feel like it's also been a mecca of sports. But for all the illustrious play and for all the championships that have went to other teams, and for all the greats that have passed through the doors of these Falcons since 1966, it pains me to say that again that Atlanta have embraced a level of mediocrity, and we need to agree to get better here. And I feel like that's maybe a top down problem, as I've discussed on the show with the boys as well. So yeah, at the end of the season, I'm seriously considering shaking things up fully organisationally. As I say, a win tonight would help, but it's not going to change what I've been saying the last sort of 5 or 6 weeks. I feel like we are far too good on in terms of personnel to be in the position that we're in. And so that falls down to the coaches and the coaches alone. It's their inadequacies, their failures to adjust, and their failures to use players to their best effect in a lot of cases. I mean, you've got Bijan Robinson being held to 14 yards in one game, which was just it boggled my mind. So, but yeah, it's just something you roll with the punches, I guess, or you have to. It's after a certain point. Looks like it may be a bit of a quiet one tonight, but you know what? I like it intimate too, so. And of course, if anyone down in the chat does want me to drop the link, you are by all means welcome to come and join me for a chat while we're watching the game as well. So what I will probably do at some point is put the link down there, just so you can get it if you do want to jump on. In fact, I think I will do that now for you. There you go, folks. So the link's now in the chat as well for you. So if you do want to jump on, that's where you'll get us at. I'm more than happy to have a chat with any of you. As I say, it's game day, so I'm feeling kind of funky. So yeah, let's get down. Let's talk about it. I know there's a lot of big talking points coming out of Atlanta this season, especially now as we come to the close of the season and we start talking about things like contracts. Because as we say, Drake London still hasn't been paid. Then you throw in Kyle Pitts into the mix, and I know a lot of people's opinions on him. Obviously Tyler Algier as well, and that one's going to sting because, as I say, Tyler's a great player, but at the rate that some of these guys some of these teams are going to come in and want to pay him, I don't feel like we can match that necessarily, especially on an RB2, because Bijan's going to need money as well. So it's just, as I say, it's going to be a long season and potentially some difficult choices to come, but we all just do what we can. And I'm joined by my fellow Scottish Falcons brother, Dirty Des. How are you, Des?
I had planned not to come on, and then I clicked on my X and seen that no, because obviously there was a few people planned to come on tonight, so
It is what it is. As I say,
but
I like it intimate too, but it's good to have you here, mate.
at some point, I'm going to get my holidays, mate. So,
Oh no, we promise after tonight you're free.
uh,
You're free. Oh,
we can
just don't be up the cliff shouting freedom. We've got a
we
bad
can
enough name as it is.
we can see Kyle Pitts being Kyle Pitts earlier on with that drop.
Yeah,
Um, ridiculous.
that's the thing. I
Keep
was
on
just
saying,
talking about him. I was
I'll
just
keep
talking
on,
about Kyle Pitts. He's
I'll
not.
keep,
He's
I'll keep saying
sorry.
it's a win-win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I will never, ever, ever wish for the Falcons to lose. And if they win, I'll be delighted. But I mean, the first drive, you're seeing them play the way you wanted to see them play with Michael Penix Jr.
Mhm.
and putting a lot of emphasis on the run game.
Yep.
But again, dead strange. The first down, there was like a Bijan got the ball.
Mhm.
Second down, Bijan got the ball. We're literally like a yard to go to get the actual the official first down, and we throw
Mhm.
it. We do a pass, and Kirk Cousins passes it to Bijan, which is one of the ones. He had two guys round him. It was one of the ones
Yeah.
that it might not be successful, but aye. Well, we'll see. We'll see how the defense is.
Yeah, because as
There
we
we
said
go.
last night,
Oh,
I mean, they're
no, that was nearly a safety there. James
we'll
Pierce
take that.
Jr. We won the trade. We won the trade, mate.
Yeah,
I don't
I
think
don't
it
want
is
to
a
hear it
safety.
anymore. And the fact that like he was questionable and he's in there tonight shows you, guy's a dog.
I mean, he destroys two guys. I mean, oh. I mean, honestly, I keep on saying, mate. Here returner Jamal Agnew. See what he does.
Please just kneel it at this
He's
point.
picked it up just before the 50-yard line. So he gets to the 40-yard line, their 40-yard line. So that's not bad.
Mhm. Let's go offense. We're praying for a quick start here, Des. I was just saying earlier on, we need Bijan to come out firing. We need this offense. We need Z-Rob's head to be on a swivel tonight. Because if we don't turn up, this team's gonna scalp us tonight. This isn't New York or New
Yeah.
Orleans.
I didn't hear whether we had won the toss or whether we had lost the toss, and if they deferred.
I'm running off the ESPN. I never caught that, but I'm guessing. Actually they could have deferred the kickoff, but I'm not too sure. Actually, I'll try and find that out for you.
Right, come on, Kirk. Right, good. Oh, Kyle Pitts catches it. Kyle Pitts catches it. Is he injured?
I hope not.
I mean, he is. He's a big monster.
Exactly, and this is the thing. He's fragile. It's like you should not be that fragile for as big as you are.
Now,
I don't understand it.
now, if we're getting this on Seattle Seahawks 40-yard line, he's grimacing.
Mm.
I mean, this should be a touchdown. This should be a scoring drive.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Algier got 1 yard.
We're missing our number one. We could have went over the top, but we don't have that option. Our QB one's out, our wide receiver one's out.
Yeah.
Oh.
Red zone percentage, first 7 games, 45%, 29th ranked. Last 5 games, 93%. Number 1 red zone percentage the last 5 games. Make that make sense, mate.
Yeah.
Make
It's
it make
crazy.
sense.
No, I wish I could. I wish I could.
Bijan Robinson goes for the run. Right, gets about 8 yards there. Gets about 8 yards. I'm trying. Obviously, I know. Well, the shadow here, you can see a wee bit of the game, but I don't think it's breaking any rules, mate.
No. They'd have a time telling you what game you were watching if they didn't hear the commentary, so it should be fine.
Aye.
So we've got the live score instead of the closing thoughts because we ain't ready to close out the season just yet. It ain't done till it's done.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. As you say, we need to get this going. Kyle Pitts to David Sills the fifth, and he's under a lot of pressure there, and he drops the ball. Oh, I mean that's good defense. And Joby, well, Jobe, he'd get called something else in Scotland, mate.
Yeah, he certainly would. That's the thing as well, Des. What I've done is, as I say, we're always on the appeal for more. We're greedy that way. We know talent and we know there's plenty of it in Atlanta. So I've already done the prerequisite and dropped the link. So if anybody does want to join us, as I say, you're just on now as well. So from your side as well, if any of you guys do want to jump on, as I say, feel free. It looks like it's going to be Des and I at least for the first half. We'll see where we go from there. But as I say, as long as it's not downhill, we'll take it.
Mike McDonald. We interviewed him, didn't we, last year?
I'm sure we did, yeah.
9-3. Bloody hell. All right, so they're sending out the kicker. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, we literally start at the 40-yard line and we can't get it 40 yards.
Nah, it's not good enough. I hate, and I'm going to take injuries off the board even for a minute because, we've been hampered by injury, but there's been no will in the second string. That whole line's beaten up, but they're not playing to their strengths at all. Elijah Wilkinson's not the guy at all for me.
Yeah, Zane Gonzalez puts it through, so it's 3-0.
There we go. I'll get that updated. A lead's a lead. We will take it, but as we said, we would much rather it was 7. And from 40 yards with the offense we have, we should be capable of doing that.
But again, we said at the start of the season, we were really happy with the depth of our wide receivers. But at no point did we think that we were going to be calling up David Sills the fifth to be one of our wide receivers. We thought worst case scenario, you're then into the Nick Nashes, and I mean, again, what exactly is Nick Nash doing in practice? Because I mean, he was a Triple Crown winner.
Yeah, that's what got me. I mean, I feel like handing Raheem the doll and going like that. Look, where did Nick Nash hurt you, bro? Because I feel like he proved in pre-season as well. We said his name more than once. So I feel like he'd earned enough to maybe get a shot, even as a wide receiver 5 or 6. There is one of the depth guys, but as I say, common sense ain't so common, it seems.
Yeah, crazy. Now I'm getting all adverts in Portuguese, so make that make sense. Crazy. And then over here as well on the NFL Game Pass, it actually offers you the game in Portuguese, which is crazy.
It's pretty cool though, because I'm guessing the viewers in Brazil will have the same option. But I'm glad because it's a way to expand the game, and I'm hoping it does get bigger in Portugal because obviously Spain got a game this year and things like that. So the league's obviously expanding across Europe. There's talk of the pro teams now in London, and that whole thing kicking off. So it's something that's going to be interesting to see how that all kind of brews the next sort of couple of years.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the defense needs to step up here and effectively stop, because if Seattle Seahawks get in the lead, I don't see us. If it's a shootout, we're not going to win this game, mate.
I agree with that. This isn't a team that gives up leads.
The Benz, it's not. You wouldn't say it's probably fuller than I thought it would be. But again, how many Seattle Seahawk fans is that?
Yeah,
You know what I
And
mean?
this brings us back to something we've been saying since week one. We need to make the Bens a fortress again. We need to make teams afraid to come into it. But they're like, oh, we're going into 15, 20,000 Falcons fans because they know they're going to get their ass beat. And it's not the right attitude. Like as I say, we can get behind the soccer, we can get behind the basketball, even the women's basketball, the hockey that's upcoming, the fact you've got World Cup games and all the rest of it. That's all fantastic. We get it. It's a mecca of sports, but for like Arthur Blank, as we say, has been spreading himself too thin as well. It's like there's been success in other sports. We need to double down and get the Falcons that ring. That's it.
I think it's just there's just a lot of we're just a lot of fans that are just sick of the mediocrity, mate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it's not 1 or 2 seasons. I mean, the 2017 was a decent was our last playoff appearance. You know what I mean? We're 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I mean, effectively since 2017, we're on our 3rd head coach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
If you actually count Raheem Morris as an interim head coach, we're actually on our 4th head coach. You know what I mean? We haven't been there the second time. We're on our 2nd a general manager with Thomas Dimitrov. You know what I mean? So there's been a lot of changes. And to be honest, I think the Atlanta fan base are just they're desperate. They're desperate to have something to cheer, mate.
As I say, I like to. Pixie normally likes to come in and sit for a while, but she took one look and went, "Oh, Dad's watching the game. I'm out."
Aye.
I don't blame you, honey. I don't. Oh dear. But no, as we say, we never quite know what's going to happen. We'll take the lead while we've got it, though. That's for sure. Because I got a wow reaction from the ATL Falcons UK today on Facebook. They put up something about what was your score prediction, and I decided to borrow your spiel from last night. So I said too much to not enough.
No,
Nevertheless, we'll be live.
I think that was C-Dub. I think I think that was C-Dub. I think that was him that said that. I'm not taking the finger for that.
No, kudos to Chris for that one then. So yeah, I borrowed that and dropped that in because that's how not as I say, it's win-win. So I'm not going to go as far as to say scared, but I will say that concerns me at this point. But let's face it, it's not the first time we've had our asses tanned this season, Des.
Yeah, a flag on Leonard Floyd for being offside. Sam Darnold's having his way with us, to be honest, at the moment. Let's see if we can get some pressure on him. So it's that was a 5-yard penalty. So they're 1-5, and then they're just running through us. You know what I mean? So he's just got to nearly the 30-yard line.
And they're a tough offense to stop because, I mean, if you stack the box against Kenneth Walker, who we all know, as I say, former Michigan State Spartan, we all know what he's like running the football. But if you do,
I think stack the box, Kenneth Walker. I'm not sure. No, it wasn't. It was Jambo or something.
Okay.
Chardonnay or something.
Zach Charbonnet. Yeah,
some of the names, God.
Yeah, no, that's the thing as well, though. Like, credit to Seattle because we've been going on and on about how good they are.
Oh, James Pierce Jr. was getting held in that. That's a hold. That's a flag.
Don't be petty, Seattle. You've got to be better than that.
That is. I mean, that was a hold.
They can't stop him. He's not a normal dude.
He literally turned and the boy dragged him back.
Mm-hmm.
So one of these, I didn't hear who it was. Maybe it was the head coach. We're finding different ways to win, unlike Atlanta Falcons, where we find different ways to lose. You know what I mean? James Pierce
as well.
Jr.'s hobbling. That was ridiculous. That was James Pierce Jr.'s hobbling. So
Yeah, he came in not 100%. I was concerned when you said he was in, because I'm like, is he really ready to go? But
that should have been a flag on that. That was literally he get pulled back on that. I don't know whether the referees are with a flag. That was ridiculous.
yeah, it was
Like,
like you know
Yeah.
the inconsistency of these refs, bro.
Aye. So that's a loss. Defense has turned up. Give them their due. They've turned up.
Yeah, that's one thing you love to see. Like the I don't feel that the defense was ever in question. We've been kind of singing Jeff Ulbrich and Nate Ollie's praises most of the season, so I knew that they would come ready to fight. But there's so many questions on this offense. Almost every position group outside a running back has some sort of asterisk beside it, and yeah, as I say, you can only really do what you can do.
AJ Terrell nearly knocked that out for a fumble there. It just bounced out. So, aye, well done, AJ Terrell. AJ Terrell hit the ball out his hands. It was number 11 there. Number 11 was close to getting was close to get. So they're 4th and 1. So they're going for it.
Yeah, and you know what?
That's going
to be a fight we're going to have to watch all night, because it's AJ Terrell versus Jackson Smith and Jigba. There's your leading receiver in the league.
They just threw a flag for neutral zone infraction for Onyemata. Onyemata. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, that's just ridiculous. 4 and 1. They're trying to get us offside.
Yeah,
They're trying to pull us offside, and they do it. And that's him now. That's first down. Oh, just a terrible penalty on your matter. Terrible penalty.
the pundits had it 98% to Seattle. You might as well call it 99.9 if we're going to just gift them shit like that.
There's another flag. I think this is on Seattle. Defense. Rukororo, illegal hands to the face. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down. Oh, I mean, these refs are just, I don't know. It just seems to be, see when it's not for you, it's just never for you.
Yeah.
These refs are just...
Well, I don't know if they changed the course that they need to pass or whatever it might be, but see these last, like, I don't know if it's just me, but especially the last 5 years, the refereeing across the league has been so inconsistent.
More flags.
Come on, Falcons, keep the discipline.
False start on the Seattle Seahawks. 5-yard penalty, so that pushes them back a bit. I mean, if we can hold this to a field goal, that would be good.
Mm-hmm.
Penalties just now, we've got 4 penalties for 23 yards already, and we're not out the first. We're not out the first quarter. Good benefit is Sam Daniels 3 for 5 for Sam Daniels. Darnold's 3 for 5 for 17 yards.
If we can keep it to that short to medium, then we can maybe do something here. I know the big play potential on that offense, though, so I'm not going to speak too soon. But we need to stay disciplined. That's a big thing.
You can see you can see Darnold's getting frustrated. He's getting a lot of pressure again, and
that's it. You can't use your number one receiver if we don't let you get the ball out. Simple as that.
I need to learn these numbers. Who's number 17?
For us, Ebiketie.
Ebiketie. Oh my God. So down at the 4, Kenneth Walker just ran through us.
I warned you what would happen. Stack the box.
To be honest, it was quite wrapped up. I mean, I don't think the defense done any bad must be AJ Terrell there.
It happens if they score. We just need to score again. But as I say,
if we hold it to a field goal, he's got plenty of time. He was out.
He was out, definitely.
AJ Terrell's hobbling.
Come on,
let me watch this. Aye, no, he was on the white line. Aye, he's out. That's in Jigba. Aye, definitely out. That's not a. So this is they're either going to go for it or they're going to kick a. Nah, they're kicking a field goal. A 22-yard attempt.
This brings us back round 3-3. That brings us back round to what I was saying. This is one of the drawbacks to not playing your starters. You don't know where they are coming into the season, and we are week 5 bye. I was sceptical about not seeing where they were at, just obviously purely based on the fact that we had a long ways to go. And here we are, we're seeing it come into effect. A lot of bodies looking tired and banged up.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't help when you get such a, as you say, when you get such a, I mean, a bye after week 5, you know what I mean? There's no time for recovery. And it's not like we've had some, like a mini bye where we maybe do a Thursday night game and then that's us to the, you know what I mean? All our prime times has been Sunday and Monday, you know what I mean? So it's not really gave us time to recover. So
and then add into the mix that we also play Tampa on Thursday, so you have an even shorter turnaround, and then you're going into a divisional game. So
this Thursday,
I'm pretty sure it is, because because we've got Vinny coming on the 18th. But the reason why he couldn't come on next week is he's going down and staying the weekend down in Florida.
All right.
So I'm pretty sure. Tampa next week is Thursday night.
Well, we might just maybe an option just to change your show to a watch party instead, man.
Yeah, I'd be for that, definitely.
Let me just have a wee check.
Because then a Saturday would essentially function as just a post game chat, and that sounds like a good week to me.
Let me see. So Tampa Bay. Aye. 1:15 in the morning.
It's going to be a 4:15 finish.
I have 4, something like that, man. So, I'll put off my walk along the cliffs on Friday morning, I think. I've actually had quite a lazy day to be honest, mate. So sat and got up this morning, watched the Indiana-Ohio game, which was fantastic. For a, 13-10 game, it was fantastic. So watched that. Then we had the F1. So Lando Norris is now the world champion. Then I watched the college breakdown show to see where everybody was going to be conference-wise. So obviously Notre Dame are out. They're not in the playoff.
Yeah.
So that was a big controversy. Then they switched Miami and Notre Dame without any of them playing a game.
Okay.
So the head of the conference panel effectively said that because there was BYU were in between them, it didn't really go head to head. But when they actually got so close and then they actually looked at them closely, that's when the head to head came in. So that was good. And then obviously this game.
Because someone proposed that it was quite an interesting thought. I read it on Facebook and they said, you know what? Notre Dame's not doing anything this week. Texas isn't doing anything this week. Why don't we just put the Irish and the Longhorns in? The team that wins can go to the playoffs. And I was like, do you know what? I wouldn't mind that because I reckon my Longhorns could smack the Irish.
Well, the problem that Notre Dame's got is that effectively they've not got a conference. So because effectively Tulane and James Madison, they're in because they're one of the conference winners. So there has to be 5 conference winners in. So you've got the Big 10, the Big 12, the SEC, and obviously Tulane and JMU. So obviously Virginia would have been in if they had a beat Duke. But you can't put a 7-5 team and Duke into the top 12. You just can't put them into the playoffs, even though they beat Virginia. So it was for college football, it was fantastic, mate. It was really, really good. It's just a good weekend, mate.
You can't beat it, and that's why I'm looking forward to expanding into doing some more college football talk and really getting into it with you, because it's going to make all of this stuff a lot easier as well. Because as I say, that's something that we can look at, maybe scheduling a separate show just to discuss what's going on in college ball. But looking forward to seeing obviously what comes, and shout out back to Georgia, because I did see that the Kennesaw State Owls 2-10 last year, and they're now conference.
I think he's starting to buffer a wee bit. Send him a wee message. So we're currently on break at the moment, so I think he's away. But you there, mate? Aye.
I am. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you were just buffering a wee bit, mate.
Sorry about that, folks.
Buffering a wee bit.
The joys of Scotland in winter. What I wouldn't get to be in the adjoining room there, Des. Get a bit of sun.
It wasn't a great day. I mean, I'm not really in Portugal, mate, for the sun, to be honest. I'm here just to chill, just for a break. So it's nice and quiet. All the restaurants right at the front are effectively they're closed down. They're getting all their refurbishment, all their work done just now. So it's quite quiet. Up in the main street, there's a lot of still a lot of restaurants and everything. So that's good. But I'm just here. It's still for a Scotsman. It's nice weather. So need to say fair play to Mercedes-Benz Stadium for getting the field and everything all set up, because obviously they had the SEC championship game yesterday. Was it? It was yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So they have to then turn it all around.
And I tell you something, man. All credit to the Dogs, because they stomped Bama yesterday. That defense was on point. On point.
I think Bijan's got first down. Kirk Cousins didn't like what he seen there, so he's canned the play and moved on to something else, and it was a running play for Bijan.
Right.
So we're 3rd and 1.
At least we're running Bijan.
7 rushes for 30. Was that 37 yards? Kirk Cousins 2 for 5 for 25 yards. Now, if Zach Robinson calls a pass play here, I'm going to go absolutely ballistic, because to be honest, I know that Seattle Seahawks are a great defense, but we are actually being able, they're allowing us to run on them, but we're able to run on them. So,
because they're built similarly to us, they're fast, but they're not too big.
Yeah. See if we can get this. But what I would say is the defense is making it hard for us. We're not getting. We're having to do. They're stopping us kind of moving the ball. Tyler Algier's at the back. A lot of movement. No, don't like that. Don't like that.
Is this Meredith's convoluted?
It looked like a screenplay again. Tossed it back to Tyler Algier. And it's short. It's garbage. I mean, literally, Tyler Algier is standing about 8 yards behind Kirk Cousins. And then they try and do a screen, and it just Seattle's just all over Tyler Algier. Seattle's, it's just a really bad play call. We've just done two. We've done. Oh, they're going for it. Oh, we've got it. I think
so.
Oh, the ball's out. Ball's out. Officials are saying it's down. So we got the 4th and 1. So fair play to Raheem Morris. He took the chance. I mean, that's not even over the halfway. So that was a. Let me see if he's down. His elbow's down. There was no issue on that.
Yeah, I'm glad that he ran another play on that one, because the field position wasn't great, but I'm starting to ask questions of the will of this team. So you need to fight. If you essentially you're fighting for your jobs tonight, so act like it.
Tyler Algier blocks there, and they put a lot of pressure on Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins just had to show it to his closest player and effectively get that ball away. Toss to Bijan, going nowhere. I mean, there's just no flavour in these play calls. It's either a toss to Tyler Algier or a toss to Bijan.
Yeah.
It's just.
This is what bugs me. We've been saying this about. Yeah, we've been saying this about Z-Rob's scheme all season. It's as bland as bloody boiled chicken breast. There's nothing to it.
We're 3rd and 11, so this is going nowhere. I don't see he's doing anything here. I mean, who was
Kirk's
showing you know what I mean?
Kirk's not slinging it.
Gets it to Pitts, who's literally touched it. I mean, he gets 2 yards. Oh.
Check downs. It's not going to work. We need more than check downs tonight.
This is going to be a punt.
Will we get close to a safety earlier? Pin them back, Bradley, and let's go get them.
Yeah.
I'll take points any way I can, man.
Let's see how this safe punt is. Yeah, it's going to start at their 10-yard line.
That's pretty good field position.
I'll say again, Zach Robinson, his offense is just predictable. The Seattle Seahawks defense just can see what's going to happen. and it's all to do with the fact that if we've got Taylor Algier or Bijan Robinson a pistol or shotgun, well, I mean, I don't see it. I'm not an expert on positions and calls and all that. You know what I mean? I don't profess to be, but obviously the defensive coordinator in most teams are sussing us out quite quickly. And then it just gets to the point. I mean, the way it's looking with the defense, this could be a really. I mean, it's either. I mean, I think Atlanta. It's going to be a low scoring game for Atlanta anyway. That's for sure.
Yep.
I think Seattle Seahawks can start to turn it up, but who's Kirk Cousins thrown to? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
David Sills the fifth. I think Casey Washington is a healthy scratch.
Okay.
He's not playing.
Mooney's still not 100% if he's out there. So
and then Kyle Pitts. We've got Kyle Pitts. Drake London's out. Darnell Mooney. I think he's playing, but again, I've not seen him yet.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
But I mean that connection was pretty nice a couple of weeks ago. So why not try Mooney if he's feeling up to it? Because I want to see some will in this defense. I don't want to see the same old screen check down. It's not gonna work against a team that plays defense as dynamically as Seattle do. We need to keep them guessing.
But the problem I've got is we're literally tossing the ball back 5-6 yards. We've got a yard to go and we're tossing the ball back 5 or 6 yards for Taylor Algier to try then and make up 7 or 8 yards. It makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
It makes no sense. It's just it's
I
a
agree.
bad play call. Bad play call. I mean, how this? I've got to admit, see the Seattle Seahawks punt returner. I don't know why he called a fair catch because he had quite a bit of space there. So there's a flag. Yeah. So Kenneth Walker the third's just went about 10, 12 yards, but there's a flag. It's on Seattle Seahawks. So half a distance to the goal line. So that's a flag in our favour. Again,
a scrappy first quarter.
No, but the worst thing about it is when we play good teams, we're standing up to them.
This is the thing. We show what we're capable of.
Aye. Right, so effectively, Sam Darnold's on his touchdown line. Again, they're getting nowhere. Kenneth Walker, the third, get about a yard and a half.
I'm loving the way this defense is playing this season, man.
So how is it? So the Buccaneers 7, Saints 7 just now as well.
Oh, do you know what? It would be nice just to see New Orleans win just for memes.
No, to be honest, mate, they're going to get to a point where they're going to overtake us, and we're going to end up last in the South, mate. So,
I think they're still winnable games this season for us, though. So as long as they don't win any more, they can win tonight. But then again, I don't suppose it matters because we're not catching Tampa. We're not catching Carolina either at this point.
But what's a winnable game for us, mate? You know what I mean? Miami was a winnable game, and we didn't win that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I can say we can beat Arizona on paper, but a lot of shit's gone wrong once paper's taken out the equation this year. So, you're asking now. I'm not so sure.
So they're 3rd and 1 now. Let's see if we can stop them. I mean, they're not even at their 20-yard line. Oh, got it! Fumble. Mike Hughes has got the incompletion. So we've got the ball at their 30-yard. So Sam Darnold threw it. It was, I think, one of the Atlanta Falcons players put his hands up or it hit off his helmet. Let me see. I'll tell you that now.
Tip pick.
So, again, we were pressurising him, so he was getting flustered. Oh, it was AJ Terrell. AJ Terrell batted it up, and Mike Hughes grabbed it. So it's
there you go, boys. There you go. AJ Terrell, charitable off the field and stingy on it.
I need to ask if anybody's on. Does anybody think that AJ Terrell's brother looks very, very like Mike Hughes?
He does a bit, actually, now that you say it.
Yeah, Bijan gets first down. There's a flag. See what the flag is.
Mm-hmm.
He does it. I thought it was Mike Hughes when he walked in. Be on. Offense. 10-yard penalty. So it's effectively offset a 10-yard run for Bijan.
It's not what you want to see. Not at all. One step forward and two back.
Well done, Mike Hughes. Well done, AJ Terrell.
What's up, Xavier? Good to see you, brother.
So we're first and 20. So
right.
Again, this is a problem. We get the defense gives so many amazing gifts, and then we can't capitalize.
Yeah. I just pray that this defense doesn't get too beaten down later in the game and lose obviously. Start losing the battle, because I don't think we're going to score that many points tonight at all.
I honestly think, see, with the two defenses, mate, it's going to be a low scoring game. So effectively, any time we can kick the ball, we kick the ball.
Yeah.
Bijan got up at two yards. Again, Kirk Cousins getting a lot of pressure. This O-line's just not holding up at all.
Well, I mean, the only true star caliber starter on that offensive line, Matthews isn't 100%, and neither is Lindstrom. So it's like everyone on that offensive line is playing at not 100%. I don't know why the injury bug's bitten us quite so hard this season, but it's been a nightmare.
I mean, you can't say anything about Kirk Cousins. He's literally getting he's not even getting a second, and they're attacking us. Kyle Pitts is supposed to block this boy, and the boy just ran past him. I mean, Kyle, come on, that's just ridiculous, mate. So Kyle Pitts was supposed to block Boye Mafe, and literally the boy just ran past him. But Kyle Pitts didn't even try and block him. So we're kicking the field goal here, see if we can get it. It's a 35. No. That's about a 50-yard attempt.
50, okay. He hit 54 or 56 earlier in the year.
They blocked the punt. They blocked it. Oh, my God.
Oh, you joined just at the right time, Xavier. Settle in, brother. It's going to be a long night, potentially.
I mean, it seemed... I mean, this special team... I mean, I'm done with it, honestly. I'm done with it. I mean, that could be a crucial miss, because this is going to be a low scoring, unless Seattle starts running up the score.
To be honest, the justification for it is not selling me either. the way he comes out and he says, "Oh no, this is the special teams that we want to run," and I'm like, "And you used almost a third of the roster on people that were for special teams, and look at it. It's just another sort of what's the opposite of a feather in the cap? Whatever the opposite of a feather in the cap, it's another one to add into Raheem.
A poker up the arse. I don't know.
Aye, it's what he needs. Maybe start him a bit and get him thinking.
A hot poker, aye. But that's the problem. So we got the defense stopped them literally at their end zone. They kick a punt. Jamal Agnew gets it at 50 yards, takes it to their 40 yard. We get no points with that. AJ Terrell then hits the Sam Darnold show. Mike Hughes gets it, and it's like 35 yards. So we get 35 yards to go, and we get no points for that. So this defense is doing all they can to give us gifts, and then this offense just literally can't get out its own way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And you knew we were going to. You knew we were going to say it, Des, but
it's convoluted. It's just honestly, it's the run game is it's not a case that it's just a play action or it's a pass off. It's literally we're tossing it back 10 yards for them to run. You know what I mean? And then we're losing. It's garbage, man.
It truly is. But you know what? We've got some blessings on the day. So shout out Agent Kishido down in the chat. We wouldn't have missed it.
I'm on my holidays.
Yeah.
I want a day off.
Aye. So Des is coming from a day off. He's over in Portugal right now. So yeah, this is a day off for us. I'm hoping the Falcons haven't taken a day off. We've not spoken too soon. The defense seems to be turning up, but we appreciate the kind words. And thank you for joining us. If you want to scroll up in the chat, boys, as I say, we dropped the link a little earlier as well. So if you want to come on and have a chat with us in person, feel free to do so. But there's no pressure at all if you don't.
And share it out, guys. If you're watching this, share it out and get some more people on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Let your people know. And yeah, shout out to the dogs. I don't like to take any undue opportunity to shout you guys out being a Longhorns fan, but nah, we weren't there to handle business, so kudos to you. Got the job done.
I mean, the pressure I got to say the defense is putting on Sam Darnold. I mean, it's beautiful to watch, mate. The biggest disappointment is that our offense are just literally shit in the bed.
Yeah,
absolutely shit in the bed, mate. I mean,
an
average, and what again? The upside down world of the Atlanta Falcons. At the start of the season, we were talking about how all we needed was an average defense. We've now got a fantastic defense, and we can't even get our offense to play average. All we need is an average offense now.
Yeah. Some passable special teams wouldn't be too bad either, but that'd maybe be too much. One thing at a time.
Yeah. Listen, give them the due. This defense has turned up the night. Defense have turned up the night.
They have.
Shout out to the Georgia Bulldogs. They absolutely dismantled Alabama. Absolutely dismantled Alabama.
They really did. And that was one thing I said, like, kudos to the dogs. I'm not one of these unrealistic Texas fans. I knew coming into the SEC what the biggest scalp was, and I knew that we wouldn't be respected in that conference until we beat you guys. And that I hold. We never got it done this year either. Maybe next season is all I'll say on that one. But at the moment, back-to-back SEC champions. To be the guys, you got to beat the guys, to paraphrase Ric Flair, and your dogs are the guys. So, yeah, big up University of Georgia.
I mean, shout out to Indiana as well. I mean, their quarterback Mendoza looks decent, and
Yeah,
he then got injured, and his brother Mendoza came in, which was again unbelievable.
yeah, like for sure. That's going to be an interesting story arc to watch as those two boys coming out of Indiana. I'll be intrigued to see where he lands because my agreed. I'll need to go back and admittedly I'll need to go back and watch some more film on him. What I've seen him has been limited, but he looks really talented.
To be honest, mate, it's really the first time I've had a chance because I'm on holiday to sit down. Obviously, I watched a couple of live games last night, but normally I'm working. I work every day, so for me to have the time to sit and watch all the college games, which I done today, was phenomenal, mate. And to be honest, there's a lot of good quarterbacks out there.
There is. And shout out to Jimmy Puddleduck as well. We might as well have took the day off because the Falcons have took the season off.
And I need to know, where are these guys getting these names from? Jimmy Puddleduck.
I know. I love it. Oh, we try to keep it simple here with all the thrill and dirty days, and then y'all come in here and just put us to shame. We love it. We love it.
I think, well, listen, you gave me the dirty days. You get Will the Thrill. I get dirty days.
Dirty Bird, dirty days. Listen, if there's any EastEnders fans out there, nah, I won't go there.
Dirty day, aye. Aye. Absolutely. So.
And that's the thing, like people go like, did your missus give you that? I put my hand up like it was a guy and a Buccaneers fan, no less, that gave me this moniker. I just felt like it was one that works well on YouTube. So Orion, if you're listening, we'll see your boys next week. But thank you.
Seeing my last business, they actually. So I used to get called, well, in a few of my businesses, I used to get called Dynamo Days because they used to say that effectively I used to walk about. So like when I worked for a big multinational and we used to go to the conferences, I would walk about the stands and I was like, literally they said that my head would glow because I was walking about, I was creating static, I was going that fast. So
oh well, there we go then. That's your new name that we can run with. The channel's the Scottish Falcons and you can be Dynamo Des. Because I'm not being funny. There's been days where I've been ready to give up, and it's been your spark that's kept me going. So I'm happy to run with that.
And an old, I'm going to actually download this. I'm going to save this. If I can save the image, and I'll add it on.
Sure thing. The audience is growing a little bit now. Des, good to see.
An old. See if I can add it on. An old nickname was because I looked like a cartoon character. I didn't think so, but it was because of my glasses. So I don't know if this will go to if the Americans will understand that. But one of my old nicknames used to be Penfold. From Danger Mouse. So so that used to be one of my nicknames as well, Penfold, because of the glasses.
Oh dear me.
So I'm not sure if anybody can tell me, did Danger Mouse ever make its way across the Atlantic? If anybody ever watched Danger Mouse,
I'd like to think so. Apparently we're getting all the cartoon stars out. We've got Peter Griffin lookalike in the chat as well tonight. And I dread to think what you would what cartoon character you would assign me. The only person that I have been assigned is a kind of oh no wait, actually I was when I played for the Clyde Valley Blackhawks, we had the Clyde Valley Superhero Club, and I was given Gambit from the X-Men. So I was like, yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. That's not too bad.
I think you're being nice yourself, mate. I'm showing out.
No, the team gave me it. The team gave me it.
I remember years ago somebody said that I looked like Ali McCoy, but I didn't take that very well. So I was like, "What? Is that wee fat striker from Rangers?" No, I'm not. I don't look like him. Oh, is that a flag on that? Holding penalty, David Sills the third. Second and 4, we're sitting, so we're at there. Well, we're still in our half. Taylor Algier, go for it, Taylor.
I do actually, Jimmy. I played.
You there, mate? Oh. I think balls froze. Again, good.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
That blasted weather.
Yeah, I know, mate. You keep on freezing up. So, do you know this guy?
I do, yeah. We played together over at CB for a couple of years. He was a pretty good guard, come tackle, come tight end, because this is the beauty of playing in Scotland. You get to be a jack of all trades. So as I say, I started out life as a linebacker, ended up as a wide receiver. So you never quite know how it goes in Scottish football. But yeah, me and Cookie go back a ways. So shout out to all the boys, because as I say, the boys for the Blackhawks as well just completed their sponsored cycle to Lapland. The boys got on the exercise bikes and done the 14,800 miles to get toys for the kids and that before Christmas. So shout out to the Blackhawks for that one. The boys really done us proud. So shout out.
God, that's it down to the 2-minute warning. God, where did that time go?
It's been a quick half for sure. A small world, because we do some of the training for the Hamilton Rugby Club. Funnily enough, by the time I made it over to the Pirates, we used to do some training there as well. So, yeah, it's a good club down there. Do you know what? Maybe at some point I've met you even in passing and not realised it. So you never know. But if you want to jump on for a chat with the panel one time face to face, we'd love to have you on, mate. And that goes for everybody down in the chat. As I say, you should know by now that we don't bite.
Yeah. So as I said, low scored game, 3-3 when we're coming up to the 2-minute warning.
Yeah. So just to let the chat know as well, I will still be in the building, but I'm going to go off cam just for a couple of minutes for half time, stretch the legs and all that good stuff. So we all have our vices, so whatever that be, you can. That's your time to feed it before we get on again for the second half.
Yeah, I had a nice evening all set up, mate. Watching the game, having something nice to eat. You know what I mean? That all disappeared.
That's the. I know, man. We apologise. We wanted to let you actually have your break because you do earn it. Like, I will hear no one ever question the commitment of this man. He finishes 12-hour shifts and pushes speed limits that we won't discuss, because if there's anyone in law enforcement watching, they won't be too keen to hear. Yeah. But yeah, what he sacrifices and obviously gives up to come on and do these shows. So, as I say, Des, thank you for this season so far, and thank you for helping me build what's to come, because it's only going to get bigger for here.
Not a problem, mate. Not a problem. What I would say is that I think probably. There is a good chance we win this game, mate, to be honest, because the defense is actually stepping up, and I don't think Sam Darnold's got much answers to it.
Yeah. That's the thing. For as much as our offense can't really get the job done, our defense is stepping up.
Oh my God, Kyle Pitts, what a catch. That's what I'm talking about.
he's found his hands after all.
That is, I mean, it's just it's his wingspan. That's the thing.
Yeah. Very good question, Mucho. My understanding is that Tompkinson is a receiver that we've just elevated. Is that right?
Aye, he's a receiver. Aye, but I think they've put him on the practice squad. They've put him on the specials teams as well.
Right. I don't know too much about his background. So he's a new name to me as well, Mucho. As I say,
they put Helms. I think is it Helms they've put on IR.
Yeah.
They've brought up Henderson, CJ Henderson. He's been brought up from the practice squad as well. So, I mean, bearing in mind that he was one of the guys that were released in training camp.
Yep.
So effectively, we're at a point where we're bringing back guys that were released very early in training camp. I know CJ Henderson was a former number 1 pick, but we're now at the bare bones players that we've got. So, and we have to say that the depth in this team isn't there. So,
and that's what something that I made I made the point of in a couple of shows ago. We were talking about the draft, and I was like, don't be surprised to see wide receiver, cornerback in the mix, because we've seen now that for as good as we can be when they're healthy, we need to be healthy.
Aye. I mean, they could have flagged for a foul on Kirk Cousins there. They say it's like two steps and then you hit him. I mean, again, the two defenses are exceptional. Give them their due.
Yeah.
Oh
like
my
if
God,
you're a defense,
touchdown, Darnell Mooney, touchdown.
Let's
what
go,
a goal, Kirk Cousins. Touchdown,
I told
Darnell
you that's
Mooney.
one of your boys. Use them. I said that's what we're talking about.
So, they're calling it incomplete. They're saying that he stepped out of bounds.
Don't do us like this.
Oh my God, they did. He stepped out of bounds. Oh my God. Oh, so it's incomplete. So it's, oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
See this fucking team.
We can't get nice things, man. I see that second half, scratch it, it's over, mate, we're done.
Oh my God, what a throw that was from Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So
he's still showing flashes. Still flashes here and there that he's still got it, man.
Oh my God. I mean, Darnell Mooney's too much of a veteran to make mistakes like that. Oh, come on, Darnell. That's just ridiculous, mate.
Stupid, costly mistakes.
Yeah, field goal's good. So it's 6-3 Falcons.
6-3.
Oh my God. Why are you showing us the replay? It's like, this is what you could have had. This is what you could have won. Here's what you could
exactly.
have won. Oh my God. Darnell Mooney.
Oh. Tonight on the Scottish Falcons Wheel of Fortune. What you could have won.
What I would say is, give Kirk Cousins his due. He's done all he's done the best he can with what he's got. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I agree there, Jimmy. To be honest, I've been really quite impressed by how Zane Gonzalez has performed so far. I'm glad that at least for one thing, for all the things that have gone wrong for us this season, at least we've got the kicking game hopefully stitched up long term now, because I feel like he's done enough to get a longer term deal out of this.
I got to say, why didn't the Commanders not keep him?
I'm not too sure as to why. I don't see any.
He played in the playoff games last year, and I don't think he done anything in the playoff games to kind of for him not to come back.
Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, who's Washington got kicking for them now? Do you know offhand?
I know, I'll check.
Might be Cairo Santos is the Bears.
Jake Moody.
Ah, okay.
So decent enough kicker, but
Yeah.
I can't believe that. Honestly, that could have been the game at this point because honestly, I just
The way this defense is playing, man.
The way the two defenses are playing, mate. There's
that chance might not come again, mate.
hold on. So that Mike Pereira, the rules guy, he said that he would have ruled that a touchdown because he went out of bounds, but he came back in again.
Okay. Yeah, because I've always thought that, like, as an eligible receiver, you can be knocked out of bounds and rejoin the play.
Well,
so,
he's just said that he would have ruled that a touchdown.
Okay. More controversy to heap onto this season because now if we lose, we'll be like, but what about?
I mean, this is the thing. We're playing well against teams that should be destroying us. You know what I mean? So I just honestly, I just can't work out this team. I mean, this is a 13th game, and I still don't know what this team is. Except that I know what the defense is. We've got a good defense, but I just
We agree. He possibly could have challenged, but that's another issue we've had this season. Raheem doesn't know when and when not to throw the challenge flag.
Well, I don't
let's
think
be honest.
You can't challenge anything in the last 2 minutes of the.
Oh, of course.
You can't. There's no coaches challenges in the last 2 minutes.
Thank you for that reminder. I'm that used to that not being a thing, but it's because when you play BAFA rules, we play NCAA rules, so they're not quite as strict.
I mean, just the pressure we're putting on Sam Darnold is lovely.
Yeah, I hope we can keep it up in the second half. I really do.
So they're on hurry up now. So they're on their 35-yard line. So this is going to be at some point, and they're not even taking a. So Seattle let that go down probably 20 seconds before they called a timeout. So it's not always just Raheem Morris that does stupid things.
No.
Why did they not call a timeout straight away? That was daft.
I'm not sure. Because, I mean, I understand they get up and go. We've just gave them a hell of a scare, but at the same time, there's fundamental things, and yeah, I'm not sure what they're playing at, if they're going to try and settle for 3.
I think there's 22 seconds to go in the second half, so it's going to, at some point, it's going to be a Hail Mary. But knowing that this Atlanta team, this could be a touchdown at any point. Pressure. He's running for it. Again, they take another timeout. 13 seconds left.
How close are they to field goal range?
No, they're not even in there. They're still not even. They're just at the halfway line, mate.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to be effectively a Hail Mary at some point to see if they can get something. And again, Sam Darnold didn't even take a chance to run out of bounds there. He tried to get as many yards as possible on that. and we then took him down. The AFNI took him down.
It's 6 or 7.
So ball
Thanks,
at
Johnny.
ball at their own 49-yard line. And they get it to 35-yard line. So they'll use a final timeout, and they'll probably then just kick this. With 7 seconds, I'm not taking a chance with another.
Nah.
Aye. D. Alford just let his man get away from him.
He's a high reward kind of guy. He either really shows up or really doesn't. D. Alford.
Sorry,
could not agree more, Mitchell. We were talking about this a little earlier. We've got a Triple Crown winner sitting there ready to go.
Yeah,
so
we say that. I mean,
it boggles the mind.
Yeah, so they're going to kick the field goal. And they get the ball, obviously. If we started the game, they're getting the ball.
That's quite a good question, and one I'd like to cover again. Justin's asking, why hasn't Raheem been fired already? Because Arthur Blank's far too trusting for my money.
Aye, I know. He's certainly no Kirby Smart, that's for sure.
No. And
that's ball's good. 6-6.
Right, there we go. So that should be operative word should be the half, right? So what I'll do is I will update the score for you, and then, as I say, I'm going to be audio only next couple of minutes. Just stretch these pins of mine, and then we will be back for the second half for you.
My arse is numb, mate. I got to say.
That's what I'm saying. Take your few minutes. And
fine. I'll just sit here, mate.
6-6. Yep.
I mean, I know. Justin 8 is saying about the Falcons suck. I mean, we're up against a 9-3 team, and we're playing as good as them.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, if we're going to give them the grief, and we have to give them the grief, we need to at some point give them the glory when they're playing well. So
yeah, and as you said before, Des, it's we almost play up or down to the level of our opposition, and we've done it all season. So we've seen with Buffalo, Washington, and Minnesota, and then you look at the Carolina, Miami games and how they went. It's a strange team to quantify, if you know what I mean. But like, we're talented enough to get the job done. We're showing it. We're in against one of the better teams out west, and we're holding our own. So I can't complain at that at all.
But as I said earlier, I mean, this is our 13th game, and I still haven't a clue who this team is.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, the defense. You kind of know what the defense is. You know, I mean, Jeff Ulbrich. Yeah. Whatever the situation, Jeff Ulbrich it's a case of stuff it. Let's go for it. You know what I mean? We'll try it at all costs, and sometimes that goes against us. But this offense, I mean, it's.
But I mean, like for fun, I did mention as well, Des. Like, surely, if any point in the season now would be the time to start trying some of the crazy shit and just experimenting a little bit, because, well, not now that we're in this game, but essentially in terms of where we are, speaking as to the prognosis of the season as well. But I agree completely agree with the sentiments in the chat. The season's all over. They want to give every reason to shoot themselves in the foot. Why he shouldn't be back. Yeah, I'm all for giving him enough rope to hang himself with. Mucho, I feel like he's fate's in his own hands in a lot of ways. But yeah, like I wouldn't have him back. Like his entire tenure as a head coach, not just at the Falcons, has been subpar at best. So I mean, let's keep it 100, Des.
But I think for Raheem Morris is still fighting for his life. I think he knows that he'll need to get like maybe 3 or 4 wins to effectively have a chance of staying there and not having a riot in Atlanta if he does stay. And Blank is not as anything. I mean, he's loyal. I mean, he put up with Arthur Smith a year probably too long, and there's a good chance that the guys might be back next year as well. If I'm Raheem Morris and I get another chance next year, I'm getting rid of Zach Robinson. I'm bringing in an experienced offensive coordinator. That's what I'm doing. Like Jeff Ulbrich, whatever you say, Jeff Ulbrich is an experienced defensive coordinator. You know what I mean?
Like as I say, like we've been talking a bit about how we feel like they've lost the locker room, but far more than that, they've lost this fan base. They lost the fan base weeks ago in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
So even if he does like get one or two of those sort of like we were talking about the crazy wins, the topsy-turvy side of the season kicking in again, even if that was to occur, I don't want to instill false hope in him that he comes back, because this season as a whole for me is how we have to look at it, and as a whole the season's been nowhere near good enough. So that's kind of where I fall on it.
Yeah.
But I mean, stranger things have happened. They may be back.
Yeah, as I said, this team plays worse than the sum of its parts, and that's the biggest issue. You see some teams out there that they've not got a lot of good stars or a lot of weapons, and they'll put wins together. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, you look at Chicago Bears. What amazing players are you going to mention out of Chicago Bears? You know what I mean?
Joe Tooney, Jalen Johnson. Outside of that, I would have to think.
There you go. So, but they're 9-3.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and I guarantee you, anybody speaks about Atlanta Falcons, are saying Bijan Robinson, Drake London, Kirk Cousins. They'll probably say Michael Penix Jr. And they'll probably rhyme off a few more. You know what I mean? So, we've got a good team, but we're just not playing like a team. We're just average.
Yeah, I'd completely agree with that. And I mean, although to our credit, you can start throwing some rookies into the mix, because I feel like names that we weren't expecting to say were shouting out. Like, did you expect the league be like? We knew we were getting quality players when we came back to get JPJ, and we'd already gotten Jalen. But I feel like now they've really put the league on notice as well, and I love that feeling.
Yeah. Oh, Daniel Jones has done his Achilles. Oh my God. Indianapolis Colts are losing 21-10, and Daniel Jones is out with an Achilles injury. So that's his season over.
Yeah, season over.
And to be honest, Indy hasn't been playing the last. And then you've got Aaron Rodgers rushing for a touchdown.
What year is this?
It's literally this game, mate.
Oh dear.
Okay, Irvin. Whatever you say, I can never ever shout for a New Orleans win. You know what I mean? So their Buccaneers are 10. It's 10-7 to the Buccaneers. Dolphins at the Jets. God, that's an exciting game. and Miami's destroying the Jets. So
They've fallen back down to earth after their shock win against us.
Aye, so that's what I'm saying. So teams beat us, and then every team. So the Miami Dolphins are beating the Jets 24/7. So it's destruction. They're destroying them.
It's
But
ridiculous
again,
because before we were laughing at New York, we were laughing at Miami, and we all know what they did to us as well. So,
I mean, what's Miami Dolphins? What's their record now?
I mean, they beat
So
Buffalo.
the Miami
as well.
Dolphins are 5-7, so they'll go to 6-7 with this win. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they won't
We're
catch the
4-8, mate.
Patriots or the Bills. Nah, they ain't making playoffs.
The one thing is that, I mean, you look at NFC, I mean, it is quite open. The Phillies, the Philadelphia Eagles ain't playing as well as they have been. And I mean, you'd probably say the LA Rams are probably the main team you would say is probably up there.
Yeah. I mean, I would have said that Dallas seemed to be emerging because 2 weeks in a row they handled the two Super Bowl teams, but they just obviously went out and absolutely got smashed by Detroit. So we can take that back a little bit, but it's been a strange year in the NFC. It has to be said.
Yeah. I mean, 6-6. Bloody hell, man. Not a touchdown to be had. And Jimmy Puddle Duck says, worst part for us is that there's no first round pick next year. Well, there is a first round pick, but not next year. Just he's out there and he's playing fantastic. It's called James Pierce Jr. And Xavier Watts. So we've had this
I would love to have a first.
Yeah,
I'd love to have a first rounder, but yeah, as you say, Des, it's something we've spoke about, and
yeah. I said last night, if we had the first round pick and we picked a player that had the same statistics as James Pierce Jr. this year, we'd be happy with that. So we've got it a year. We've got it a year early, and he's only going to get better. And hopefully next year, with us bringing that first round pick forward a year, hopefully it'll be even better next year.
I hope so. The one thing I would like to see is get someone in the middle who's got a bit more beef, because Dorless is a great DT2 if we're playing forefront, but I feel like we need someone with a bit more presence to give a bit more freedom to those edge guys. As I say, I mentioned Lee Nelson last night, but not him per se, as we don't have that first round pick, but just someone of that mold. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, there was a couple of big, some of the college games. There was a couple of big nose tackles, mate, that they had said that there was a potential that they were going to be first round picks. They were going to be in the first round this year. We don't obviously have that, but what I would say is that I mean, I've not really looked at the draft, so I don't know how deep and how. I mean, I've heard a few people saying that this is quite a weak draft. So,
for me, it depends what position you're talking about. Like the quarterback class is certainly interesting this year. The edge class is nice. There's a few good secondary guys coming out, but I can see what people are saying. Offensive line wise, I need to go and do my homework again, but I'm not convinced that it's the strongest class if we're going to bolster the O line. But there's a few nice D fronts that we could steal a piece or two from. So it all depends. Because as I say, I wouldn't be against trying to get a wide receiver too early on day two. To try and give Drake some piece as well.
I think there was a few wide receivers I watched in some of the games yesterday, mate, and I think a few of them might slide to the second round, and I wouldn't be averse to us in the second round taking a decent wide receiver. I think. I mean, if you look at all the teams, the 12 teams that are in the playoffs, there's quite a few decent wide receivers in there. That the benefit is if you bring somebody in in the second round, that you're not having to plug them in as being a wide receiver 1 or 2. You know, maybe be a wide receiver 2, but they've not got the pressure that they're having to step up as a wide receiver 1. You know what I mean? You've got Drake London there. I'm assuming that they'll win at the free agency market and free agency and effectively bring in a decent wide receiver from a veteran wide receiver. So defense, 5 tackles for losses, 2 sacks and 1 interception. So that's the defense in the first half. So
you can't really complain at that, considering well, I know JPJ's in there, but Dorless is definitely out. So we've got no pressure, not as much pressure as we would have through the middle, which is why you're seeing him getting double teamed or held, because that was an outright hold earlier on. So I mean, this is why we kind of we're eyeing up some of these nose tackles. Is you get a big body in the middle, you give these guys outside a little bit more freedom to take the man on one-on-one.
Oh my God! Oh no! Touchdown! Kickoff touchdown!
Oh, there we go.
Oh my God! The specials team.
It's not enough. I told you that. It's burn the special teams down and start again.
You've just seen a clip of Marquise Williams, and he's literally shouting them for them to come off. I mean, we've just garbage, mate. Just garbage. Honestly, I'm sorry. I don't call for people to be sacked, but that's ridiculous. I mean, they cost us a game last week, and they're costing us a game this week. The commentators just said this has been the story all year long.
Mm-hmm. PAT is good. So in lieu of that, I can now update the score. Start of the third quarter, Seahawks 13, Falcons 6. We never get a game, Des, where we turn up on all 3 phases. There's always one that lets us down.
And it's always the special teams.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sorry, mate. At some point, if you're constantly the specials team keeps on losing you the game, at some point you need to deal with that. You need to. I mean, it's not acceptable, mate. It's just
no.
It's just garbage, and this is the problem. Raheem Morris is effectively he got rid of the wrong guy. He's too loyal. He wants to be everybody's pal. It's fucking ridiculous, mate.
I agree, man. It's as Jimmy says, I know it's no good for the health. It's no wonder I fucking smoke, because like that'll start you doing something. This team will drive you crazy, and that's all I'll say. But no, it's always something that lets us down. And this season, it's been special teams consistently, but we've not made the adjustment. Like even if we cut them now, it's too little, too late.
But effectively, you see it, and say what you want, but you talk about Sean Hayton, right? Effectively, the good coaches make decisions quickly. Mike Tomlin will make literally decisions. He'll put people take people off the field, put them onto the bench. They make decisions straight away when they don't see what they want and they don't see what they like. Raheem Morris is all about, don't destroy the guy. He made a mistake. We shouldn't try and damage his confidence. We need to and build that back up again. No, if you're a bad footballer, you're a bad footballer, mate. There's if you can't coach and make him better, then you need to move on from him. Jamal Agnew, I don't care what he done in other teams. Jamal Agnew's been woeful. The specials team has been woeful. So Marquise Williams, literally, it's the same as last year. The defense, we could see how bad the defense is with Jimmy Lake, and he got to the end of the year. And literally, after the second or third game, you could see that the defense was bad. And we've put up with that for all season. And we're doing the same with specials teams.
This is it. It's been hard to endure. That's a
sign of a weak leader, mate. Sign of a weak leader.
Yeah. And shout out to Christy because she knows it too. It's bad leadership. The special teams coach is bad leadership for the head coach down. She's threatening to turn around and go back to church. I wouldn't go that far because church is in session and we need you here, Christy. We need the voices of reason. It's all going to pot.
Christy, we need go back into the church. We need as much prayers as possible. You know what I mean? Pray for a decent coaching staff. You know what I mean? Because there, Bijan Robinson just got first down. You know what I mean? These guys are putting they're literally. We can't get this year back for Bijan Robinson.
No,
this is a losing year.
Yep.
Just wasting.
And it's like he's busted his ass to go for over 1,000 yards again, and for what? We're as you say, we're wasting their primes.
To watch the specials team loses the game again. If it's not a kicker that's losing us the game, it's the specials teams. If it's not the specials teams, the offense can't score enough goals, score enough points. You know what I mean?
It's just always something. Like I'm quite nihilist and dark in my humour. And I said to Mo, watch this. I'll drop fucking dead. And the next season, the Falcons will win it all. Much you betting. just to spite me.
I mean, you look at Ray Lewis last year in Baltimore, and they took him and won the Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's just floored me. That touchdown, mate. Honestly, this offense just ain't good enough to put up a lot of points.
No, like I will try and be as polite as I can about this. I'm gonna go fucking off later on because I'm going to be joining the Unholy Alliance for the post game, the heavy hitters. So I'm going to be fucking heard. Put it that way. I will try to keep it a bit more polite for now, but this is woeful, mate.
Woeful. Bijan Robinson's fumbled the ball.
I should have stayed in my bed.
Just one change in a game gives them the confidence, gives them the impetus, and that's it. So literally, I'm sorry, mate, but that kickoff return is destroyed our chances of winning this game.
Yeah,
and again, it's on to the guys like Mark Zeno to ask the questions about getting these coaching staff changes. You know what I mean? That special team is woefully inadequate. It's garbage. I don't care. It needs to be addressed, mate. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Definitely. Like at this point, I'm not even necessarily waiting to the end of the season. I'm just like, no, you lose tonight. You can get your own bus back east to collect your things. I am fucking over this.
At some point, you have to say to the players, if you keep playing like this, this is the repercussions. This is what happens. Your coach goes.
You got it, Corey. Special teams sucks, bro.
Garbage.
Not much more we can really tell you. We always keep rising, Floyd. Good to see you as always, brother.
No, the only thing that's rising is my blood pressure, mate.
Aye, and the volume. So you may want to adjust the sound levels on your computer, because if this keeps up, we're gonna reach break new sound barriers.
And see, to be
We told
honest,
you we would break barriers with the Scottish Falcons, but this was a new one.
the fumble from Bijan Robinson, that's going to happen now and again. It's the fact that literally the confidence, they've got all the confidence now because of that kickoff return.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's just garbage, mate.
That's it. It just depends what room Uncle Momentum's sleeping in. He ain't on our side tonight.
Aye.
Fuck. He's our favourite player for a reason, because it don't happen too often, Mucho. But yeah, mistakes do happen, but it's mistakes on mistakes on mistakes. And I've said to Des before on the show, it's death by 1,000 cuts. There's a million little things that we could brush up on, but it starts from the top down. It doesn't start from the roster up. It's management issues.
Aye, Mucho Grandi's saying we're still in the game. Aye, I mean, I'm sorry. I don't see this team scoring. I mean, literally we scored 2 field goals in the first half. So, it's just to be honest, mate. And he mentions as well about the confidence shouldn't be shot. We're still in the game. When you're watching your specials team effectively allow somebody to run down the park and score a touchdown, that's the biggest issue. You know what I mean? That's the biggest issue. You're having to watch that week in and week out, and nothing gets done. Nothing gets done about it. And this is a sign of mediocrity. It's a sign of a bad leader. It's a sign of a leader that doesn't know what to do. He's not get any answers, and he can't make the big tough decisions. And that's what we're looking at. It's ridiculous. He's not a head coach. He will never be a head coach.
Yeah. And let's be honest, Des, with everything that's transpired this season, the off-season is going to require some big boy pants, because contractually speaking and in terms of roster, there's a lot of tricky decisions to be made. So, I mean, he's not the coach we need. He's no longer the coach we want.
See, this season has showed me so much about how this game works. When you look at the Chicago Bears, effectively, are I think they're 9-3, and last year they were on their arse, right?
Yeah.
And then you kind of figure out it's not so much about having the great players. You can have as many great players as you want, and we've got some great players. It's all about having the right coaching staff.
Yeah.
And we don't have the right coaching staff. So when people are talking about we have to there needs to be a rebuild and this and that, I don't think there has to be a rebuild. We just need to bring in the right coaching staff and bring in the right guy.
Up what we've already got. Yeah, I agree. It's not about stripping down to the bare bones, as Chris was saying last night. It's more for me about knowing what we've got. We know where the talent is. It's about just putting the right guys in place to manage that, to get us over the hump. Maybe, as I said, managing the depth as well, which is going to be addressed come draft time, come free agency and things like that. But as Mucho says as well, like, the confidence isn't completely shot, but that's a big momentum shift. I feel like the team's confidence is shot. Des and I, as I say, we're realistic, so we came in with like little to no expectations because of the way the season's gone. But the game's not over. We can still get back into this. All we need to do is get the ball back. That's it. The defense has been playing out their minds so far. So if they can keep that up, who knows?
I mean,
I can see that point too. You've got a power back. It's a close yardage situation. Why you're not using Tyler? I understand that point completely. At the same time, talking about the sideline to sideline speed against a quick team that can crash the way Seattle can. But yeah, again, that could be down to inadequate coaching. It could be down to situational things. But I would agree with you on that one, Mitchell. I've argued a lot this season that Tyler has been criminally underutilized. I mean, we know what he can do. And yeah, it's something that you guys have seen too. We've underutilized Bijan, never mind Tyler. So, there's only so much we can say at this point that hasn't already been said.
So they're now at our 28-yard line, mate. So there's a good chance this is a touchdown. I mean, there's only so much that we can expect the defense to do with this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If we're constantly if the defense are on the pitch more than they're off the pitch, mate, that's not going to be a good situation. So we honestly, mate, I'm just.
And this is the one thing I would say about Coach Ulbrich. He's been fantastic for this defense. I would keep him on. So none of this is a detriment. It's just an observation, a fact. He's incapable of stacking the box.
Touchdown.
There you go. Told you. He doesn't stack the box.
Mitchell Grundy, I'll tell you now, I can watch this game and I can see this is a loss. As soon as they got that touchdown, kickoff return, touchdown, that's it. That's it for us. This team has not got enough weapons and the offense isn't playing good enough that we're going to recover this. Even one touchdown. Literally, this. If we score any points at all, I'll be surprised. This is
the thing.
The momentum
we would need every starter here.
Return was it for us. I've seen this story and I've watched this movie so many times.
It does feel very much like a sequel does. You're right. And a very bad sequel at that.
Now, at this point, we go 4-9. You know what I mean? At some point, I don't care. I'm at the point where I really don't care. At some point, somebody needs to be fired.
Yeah. I completely agree. Because now that is a 2-score game. Assuming the PAT is good, that's 20-6 now. 19-20. 20-6 in favour of the Seahawks.
Yeah, I've not seen the... Aye. And Anthony gets it spot on. Bad football teams do bad football team things. Absolutely. There's only so much we can ask of this defense. You know what I mean? And
that's the thing. When they're out there too long, I can't remember which game offhand it was. It might have been the second game against Carolina, where people were saying, "Oh no, Jeff Ulbricht's not the guy," and I said, "No, Jeff Ulbrich is the guy." But what do you expect the defense to do? They can't be out there for 60 minutes. There's only so much you can really realistically do, and so we're seeing again. They put up some baller play in the first half, but that shifted the momentum, and I don't really realistically see a way we get back into this.
Mate, mate, when you watch this team week in, week out this year, you know that as soon as it's 7 or 10 points, this offense ain't good enough for us to recover this.
Yep. We would need every starter in place to even attempt this comeback, and we're shot to shit.
And again, Raheem Morris stood in a press conference this week and said, what's your plans for the rest of the season? Win the games. Well, that's the first game of 5 and we've lost it. We're losing this game. I honestly, I will eat my Atlanta Falcons hat if we win this game.
I tell you what, though, Des, I'm going to be extremely intrigued to see what he's got to say for himself after this one. Because once again, the special teams have let us down. And once again,
we need to just do things better. That's what he keeps on saying. You know what I mean? So it's
I'm getting real sick of that response, I tell you that much.
Mate, he's not getting any answers. So that's it. Extra point, 26.
There we go. Yeah, I spoke too soon there, Mitchell.
Mitchell, mate, I told you 10 minutes ago, as soon as that kickoff return when that literally you could feel it in the air, it was just game over. This team has not got a strong enough mindset and a strong enough coaching staff that effectively will allow them to come back from this. It's not going to happen.
And how ironic is it that the coach who wants to be everyone's best friend has been the reason for the derision in the locker room? Because you can't be everyone's friend, but you do have to be everyone's coach. Get the fucking job done.
Mucho Grundy, I ain't eating any hat, mate. There's not a chance this Atlanta Falcons offense is going to come back and score 14 points and 2 touchdowns.
Nah, not today.
Mate, I love the team, and it's not as if I'm being a downer on the team. I've seen this movie so many times, mate. This offense is not scoring 2 touchdowns. It's just not happening. Defense has played phenomenal. Kirk Cousins has probably done as best as he could. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Look at it. It's AJ Terrell sitting at the sideline and he looks absolutely done in. You know what I mean?
It gets to you though. These guys know we are where we should be. And it ain't fucking 4-9, I tell you that.
And I'll say again, Raheem Morris is just an unlucky head coach.
Yeah.
Just bad things happen. It's a bad team. It's not a bad team. It's a good team that's badly coached.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's not. I've made that point on Twitter. I went kind of back and forth with a guy because he was arguing about how bad a team we are, and I was trying to say I don't think we're a bad team. I think we're a bad organisation, and I think that's reflecting poorly on the team. At least for me, and that's why I've been talking from Arthur Blank down, because something drastic at this point is needed to shake things up.
Mate, I think. Oh my god! So Kyle Pitts goes to catch it, loses it, and they've got the interception.
Out of the frying pan and into the fire, guys. Yep, AJ's a stud, but as we said earlier about all the guys on this defense, there's only so much you can do. There is going to be a point where the top comes off, and now Seattle got possession again, so it's time for this D to step up, or it's going to get worse.
So again, this is going to be a touchdown, mate. The whole game has just swung on that kickoff return touchdown, mate. It's just swung. That was it. That was enough for them to get their confidence, mate. The defense had literally kept them in check. They had kept that offense in check, and then the specials team fucking shit the bed. It's a touchdown. The specials team with the field goal a block. You know what I mean? It's just there's was our wide receivers that bad in week 3? Were they worse than that?
No.
And we sacked Ike Hilliard. You know what I mean?
I know.
And this is a problem, mate. If you make a decision based on that, and then the players and the fans are seeing similar things happen, and then you don't make the same decisions, then you're two-faced.
Yeah.
You're a bad coach, you're a bad leader.
And this is the thing, we would never, we try to not be two-faced and the way we put across our content. If there's something going amazing for or well for our team, we'll tell you that and we'll shout it to the highest heavens. Des will back me up on this, but if there's something that's inadequate, that's lacking, or that needs to be if you need to trim the fat on it, then we're going to tell you that too. And we agree with you there, Corey. Like, for as much as AJ is that guy, I feel like around the league he's still underrated in a lot of cases because the guy is an absolute beast. And I just hope that we can put a nice piece on the other side here, maybe through the draft or the free agency, to take a little bit of the pressure off him because, as I say, he's playing at a high level against. He's always facing off against the number one receiver, and to keep up as much as he does is commendable. But I would like to give him just a little bit more support in addition to the guys that we picked up in the safety roles and the nickel roles last year.
Listen, AJ ain't seen a playoff game.
Yeah, that's true. And it all boils down to that. Mitchell said it. And we said it earlier too, Des. Like, there's only so long your defense can be out there balling before the wheels come off. I mean, it's physicality. It's a battle of attrition, and you bring in, you obviously put into the mix that the defense isn't 100% healthy either. There's no Brandon Dorless. There's guys nursing nagging issues as well that aren't 100%. So, I mean, every team is pretty much the same at this case of the season, but we've been particularly bad with injuries. So to put up the fight we're still putting up is commendable to a point, but at the same time, we can't understate how devastating for our momentum that kick return touchdown was to start the half. It drained the energy out of this team. It feels like.
But again, here we are. We're effectively 4 minutes in the third quarter to go, and we've scored 2 field goals.
Mm-hmm.
So the offensive guru, the Sean McVay, from the Sean McVay tree, Zach Robinson, literally we've been shut out this year. We've scored no points.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, somebody needs to make a decision that this ain't working, and the fans are now at a point where we're looking at this and saying Arthur Blank needs to do something. You cannot watch this on the field and accept this. There's. I mean, I've got to admit the Benz is fuller than I thought it was going to be. These people are paying $100 minimum to watch this team.
Mm-hmm.
Garbage, man.
It's disappointing.
And the worst thing I said, the New Orleans Saints, the fans knew exactly what kind of season it was going to be. So they weren't shocked when it turned out to be the season that it was going to be. We were getting talked about as being playoff contenders. You know what I mean? And we're going to be 4-9.
It leaves a sour taste in the mouth that no amount of $2 hot dogs is going to wash out. Put it that way. Like, it's fantastic that we've got all these things going for us, for the people that come to the games. But why, like, to fight the corner of the guys that are like, no, I'm not going. I can understand why right now, because the team's not there, and it's going to be another season. So, and I'm not to get political or to go into anything too personal, but in a lot of cases on both sides of the pond, nobody's got the fucking money to be doing this shit, to be let down every week. You know what I'm saying? So you add that into the mix as well. It's bigger than just football, but it's to. I got to commend the Falcons organisation for the atmosphere that they've built. But as I say, no amount of merch stand nachos or anything like that is going to take away the taste of watching this inadequacy on the field.
well, what did I say before the start of the season? I don't want the Mercedes-Benz to be known about how good the concessions are. I
Yeah.
want the Mercedes-Benz to be known for how intimidating it is.
Hmm.
Because, and see, to be honest, mate, I'll say it, and there'll be a lot of people from Atlanta and a lot of fans will agree to me. We've never replaced the dome, the Georgia Dome, mate. The Georgia Dome was intimidating. If
Hmm.
anybody wants to see what kind of fan base that we can have, go back and watch the 2016 NFC Championship game against the Green Bay Packers and watch how
Hmm.
mental it was in the Benz. That's
Yeah.
the fan base that are there. That's that fan base. They're still there. We've lost faith, but they're still here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We just need to have we need to see if we're going out there and we're playing bad, but we believe in the coach that we've got, and we know that this coach has got a plan on how to give us success. We'll accept it, mate.
Yeah.
We went through 3 years of Arthur Smith waiting for this offense to become the number one offense in the NFL. It never happened. You know what I mean? We
Hmm.
we then watch effectively an um that effectively a old head coach because he coached in 2020. He come back when you had
Hmm.
McDonald, you had Ben Johnson, you had Mike Vrabel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even Bill Belichick, who I despise, would have been a
Yeah.
better decision than fucking Raheem Morris.
Oh, 100%. Like, I have no love for that man whatsoever, but he would have been an improvement on what we've got right now. And Mitchell shouting out the draft again, mentioning that 2027 would be more important than 2026. Obviously, we don't have the first round pick, and there's not that many good players coming out. We're going to obviously.
Mm, He's he's away. He'll be back now. Um, I mean, at the moment, I don't even know how many draft picks we've got, Mucho Grande. I really don't. I know obviously we don't have the first round pick. If I'm Terry Fontenot and I'm still the general manager, I'm going to I'm going to try and see if I can trade away my second round pick and try and get some more picks because I think the depth will be there. You know what I mean? That there
Mhm.
will be depth there to pick up decent players, and that's what we need at the moment. We need a wee bit more depth. I don't think we need any superstars now. We just need a
Mhm.
lot of depth.
Yeah,
Um,
I'd agree with
and
that. I
and
feel
and
like.
then you have to hope as well, like the Kobe Bryants and the Nick Nashes, that effectively as the Falcons have done with like the Ryan Nuzels and all that, that
Mhm.
effectively they are in the plans at some point to come in and do something.
Mhm.
Field goal from Seattle Seahawks. So it's 23-6, mate.
Okay, I'll get that score updated. Before I do that, there was one more that I wanted to shout out. I did. I do feel bad, Corey, for anyone that picked up season tickets this year because it has been a grind. Um, but yeah, as I say, it's if anything, I've seen it as I will take one silver lining from it. Is it's been the first year where you've got to spend the games with your boys here at the Scottish Falcons. So now that we're established, as I say, for as painful as the season's been, it has been really great getting to know you all in the chat. Um, Finding so many guys that are keen to come on the panels with us and share the shows as well. Because it's, as we say, pain is international, but so is passion, and we see it both. Uh, Obviously, we feel it in ourselves, so we see it in others, and we can see how passionate the chat is. So we appreciate that as much as the score line's starting to get a bit out of hand. And on that note, I will get it updated.
And see, to be honest, I will say this. Do you know that one person that I'm actually happy for is Grady Jarrett? He actually gets after a long time. He gets to see a winning season. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
remember his quote last few years ago, same shit, different year, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And that's what we're having to deal with. It's the same shit, just a different year.
yeah. I agree. It's been too much of it. And
But I'm
I
telling you now,
apologise. As I say, there might be a couple of freezes. A lot of them had happened earlier on, so you didn't see mucho. But we're getting rattled with the winter winds in Scotland. So I'm doing the best I can. But if I do pop off or buffer a little bit, it's force majeure, I'm afraid. But that's why I said it's a 3 hour show, so I'll get back on. We'll finish it out the right way, and we're not leaving until that clock reads zeros. You already know. So as I say, apologies for any technical issues along the way, boys and girls.
good catch there with Dylan Drummond.
Hell yeah, he's got some speed too. I like that kid.
We're at their 20-yard line, mate. So here's hoping.
Fingers crossed.
Mate, I'll eat that hat. If I have to, I'll eat the hat, mate. I'm fine.
Aye. I've got some Frank's Red Hot kicking about somewhere. I can send you across. Oh dear.
I mean, it's showing you shots of the Falcons fans, and I don't. They're all just sitting like me. They're all just. They look as if the vets just told them their dogs died.
That's it. I mean, John, good time to come in. He says, "Are we having fun?" I think fun's a very relative term, sir. But we're better now for seeing you're here. So welcome back into the chat. It's not been too good tonight, John. What can we say?
If I stab myself in the eye, I would have more fun.
Yeah. Like next week, I might just paint a wall and watch it dry.
Right, so a couple of yards short of the first down, and we're now we're 4th and 2, I think. So we need to go for this.
Yeah, go for it.
It's going to the break.
If there's any hope at all, not that there was ever much, that a comeback, we need 7. Even for posterity and just to put even any positive on it, we need another touchdown.
Right, okay. So we have 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7 in the 2026 draft. 5 picks. Well, we've done well with 5 picks this year.
We did. We hit on 4. But yeah, I can see what you're saying. If we can trade back on maybe that 2, it depends if there's a team that's really hungry. Because if we can get maybe, because it's day 2 talent I'm mainly looking at in terms of receiver right now and things like that. I know we're not in the as good as it is to look at the guys that are going in the first round. We know we pretty much know they're set. I'm looking for guys that the Falcons can potentially use and get. So I see both your points. Like we can hit with a good margin on 5 picks, but if we can trade back and get end up with maybe 7 and then shore up a little bit more, because as we say, all we're looking for is depth, number 2s in some places, compliments to AJ, to Drake. So yeah, but I mean it's going
to be quite a high number 2. So we're hoping somebody comes in and there's a player sitting with them, and we can maybe get their 2 and maybe another 3 or maybe a 4. Maybe a 2 and a 3 would be great if we could get a 2 and a 3 out of it. And then effectively just try and get a few more picks on that. You know what I mean? It just depends how your draft board looks and where the guys you're interested in are going to fall. You know what I mean? So
yeah, because there's a mid-round tackle as well, looking to be around round 3. If you're looking to shore up and move on for Nelson, there's a kid. It's Georgia Tech, and I need to look back on the name, but he's looking good. So I mean, it depends what you want to do. But as I say, if it's only the 4 picks, out of 5 picks rather, I would probably go. I'm going IDL corner, wide receiver.
We're taking
From
the
there,
field goal.
your picks are as good as mine. It's 3 points, but it just shows that the will's gone, and will's been an issue all season. And I'm not just talking about my internet here.
What is the point in kicking the field goal? It's so that we're now 14 points behind.
It does us no good because I don't think we're getting the 14, does. I don't. Nevertheless, the score is now 23 to the Seahawks and 9 to our Falcons. Not really much we can say that we haven't said already. But yeah.
Can I remind everybody that the Jets that beat us that was last week, wasn't it?
Yep.
The Jets that beat us last week are getting scalped 24-7 off the Miami Dolphins. So that tells you all you need to know about this team and this coaching staff.
Yeah, it's not enough. And as Mucho says, one place where we've been shown to lack depth is wide receiver. So I'm definitely taking a wide receiver with one of those first 2 picks, whether it's 2-3 or 2-3-3, depending on how we swing it. I'm using one of those 2/3 picks on a fast receiver. Hopefully, if it's somebody with reliable hands too, and that's something that I'll be doing quite a lot of on my own. I may have the guys behind me now to kind of defer some of the other positions a little bit, but I'm definitely going to be taking a deep dive into receiver. So you're more than welcome to join me for that, Mitchell, at some point. But yeah, from what I've seen, from what I've watched the college football this year, there's a few nice speedsters that we can maybe get on an early day 2 pick. So I'm with you on that. I like it.
So I've just checked. The Atlanta Falcons are currently averaging 20.3 points per game in the 2025 NFL regular season. That ranking 26th in the league out of 32 teams.
Pretty crazy stat.
So that's our offensive. That's our offensive guru. You know what I mean? 26 in points.
Yep. They totally should have went for that 4th down, but there you go. It just, I don't know. This team.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. When Raheem has to make the right decisions, it always does. It literally. I said last night in the show, Raheem needs to be in a position where whatever he wants to do, he should do the opposite, and he'll probably be more successful doing the opposite of what he wants to do. Don't call a timeout. Well, fucking call a timeout.
Yeah, totally. Like I just feel like he's led us to a point now where I was not prepared when I entered this season to be a laughingstock around the league again, and that's what it's become. And I ain't too fucking happy about it. I'm not gonna mix and match on it. That's just the way it is. It's no good enough. And Mitchell saying unless the next coach see what Raheem could. Yeah, that's fair. Chris Blair and Nick Nash, as we shouted them out earlier again, we feel like they've done enough in pre-season to probably take wide receiver 5 and 6. Assuming you keep 6, that was my 5 and 6. Because me and Des played in the back chat. We were talking a little bit about who we were keeping, who we were cutting for the 53-man roster, and I said to you, I'm keeping 6 wide receivers, and my 5-6 was Blair and Nash. So I don't know if it's something we see that they don't, but hopefully, as you say, Mitchell, whoever this next coach is, sides with us on that, because both those guys have got some skills. I mean, I feel like it's criminal almost to have a college Triple Crown winner. Yeah, it came out of San Jose State, so not the biggest school, but at the same time, he led the NCAA in all 3 categories, and he's lounging in the practice squad. So there's a lot this year that doesn't quite add up for me. And that's definitely one of them.
I mean, at no point are we. I mean, if we'll now go 4-9, there's no justification to have this coaching staff back now. There's just no justification. At some point, honestly, mate, see if I was in Atlanta, I'd be getting with the torches. I'd be down to the bends. Honestly, I'd be just. I wouldn't want to say, but I would do, because I'm just honestly.
Do you know what? At this point, I wouldn't even say credentialed, because I mean, you wouldn't be the first or the last, John. I mean, I've already said on a few occasions, I've still got an old pair of gloves and an old pair of pads. Surely you don't need a receiver that bad, but if you really need to, pay a flight and we'll talk. But it's like, if it gets to that point, it tells you how bad the team is. But yeah, no, if it doesn't even need tenure at this point, if you've got the skills, come on in.
Cooper Cup touchdown.
No. See, they won't even let us have a laugh now.
Well, we're watching Clint Kubiak's. Well, we're watching Clint Kubiak's offense, mate.
Mm-hmm.
That's who we shouldn't let him out of Atlanta.
No chance we get him back. No, anytime soon.
And extra points, good. So it's 39.
30-9. Fourth quarter.
24-3 in the second half.
And how long's left now?
I'm sorry, mate, but I don't think Raheem should survive this week, mate.
I don't think he should survive the night, personally. I think he should do his press conference. And if I was Mr. Blank, I'd be like, see, when you finish this press conference, this is a home game. Meet me in my office. I want a word. Like, I'm done with Raheem Morris. I'm done with Zach Robinson. Can you at least give me a little bit of thingy and tell me we're in a little bit of relief and tell me we're in the fourth quarter? Is it almost over?
Aye, we're in the fourth quarter, mate. Aye.
Well, that's something at least. It's almost over.
Aye. The bad news is it's 17-17 Bucks Aints, mate.
Jeez. This is what I want to say. Like, do we really want to be the team that came in thinking we were going to be one of the top dogs in the NFC and ended up finishing bottom of our division? Because that's the way it's looking. And especially if New Orleans can sneak a win on Tampa Bay, it just gets them closer to us. So we need to handle head to head and we need to beat their fucking asses, because we see them again too. And I don't want to finish bottom. I know you don't want to finish bottom either, Des.
No, mate, I've just at this point, I really don't care anymore. I mean, the Vikings are destroying the Commanders 31-0.
And people were convinced that Minnesota were washed. It's been an up and down league this year. It really has.
Crazy, mate. Crazy league. The Steelers are beating the Ravens 27-16, so at least Arthur Smith's finally worked out how to score points.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they move away from Atlanta, and all of a sudden they're decent again. I mean, honestly.
Good to see you in the chat, Jerome. We couldn't agree more.
Raheem, as I say, Marquise Williams, and Zach Robinson.
Mm-hmm. And you know something else? Like, I feel like I should apologise, but at the same time, I'm not going to. But we don't like coming on here to rant at you until we are literally hoarse. But this is what it does to you. It drives you to a point of just, shall we say, point of no return, because there's no coming back for this. So let's go with that. But you know what I'm saying. We'd rather come in here and have a party, but this team won't let us.
I mean, this is the worst record we've had since 2020, mate. When we sacked Dan Quinn.
Yeah. At this point, like, it's a shame what they've done to the Georgia Dome as well, because like, that's a good point. Just stadium swap with the Bulldogs at this point. They handled business. But this goes back to a point I made earlier as well. We need, and we've made it a few times through the show, but the Benz needs to become a fortress again. Again, has the Benz ever truly been a fortress?
It never was, mate. But again, at some point, and I understand what the fans are saying, at some point we need to put some sort of team on the field, mate. Give the fans a bit of hope. You always see the Benz full in the first opening game, and then they kind of work out that the team's garbage, and at that point it kind of starts fizzling out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Listen, I remember not so long ago when you used to watch a Detroit Lions game in the was it the Ford Stadium?
Yeah.
Interception.
There we go.
Interception. Went to David Sills. David Sills, this thing, we lost it, and it's an interception.
Yeah, we ain't saying too much either, Christy. We can't say we blame you.
Oh, David Sills, come on.
Was anybody actually in any way convinced that he was a starting caliber receiver? Please, man. Don't give me that.
Bad. So we'll be 4-9.
Yep.
So we're officially a losing season. Not that it wasn't not going to be a losing season. I don't think Tomlin's getting sacked from Pittsburgh. If Tomlin's isn't there, it's because he doesn't want to be there. You know what I mean? Clint Kubiak, yeah, I would look at him. Listen, I'll throw one in, and I'm going to get his name now.
Just back in the room, and I like both those shouts too while Des is pulling up that name. I feel like Tomlin's a very defensive-minded guy, so he'd be able to take this defense to new heights, potentially. But I feel like what I would also do is I would make sure that he had a very good offensive coordinator who had a strong enough personality to say to him, no, you take D and let me handle O, because I feel like offense is where Tomlin lacks a little bit. And that would be my only drawback, because I feel like he's a fine head coach. But as you say, Kubiak's a fantastic shout as well. He knows how to run offense. We're seeing it in action.
So this is one that's a big gamble. But Kurt Signetti,
okay,
Indiana's head coach. You know what I mean? Effectively, he's creating history. I mean, he's only been there 2 years, and you look at what he's done. He's been the conference coach of the year 5 times, whatever conference he's been in. I mean, people need to remember this is Indiana. So effectively, they've got the worst loss record in any NCAA team. The worst loss record. And when he took the Hoosiers on, he said that he needed to change the way they thought about their own organization. You know what I mean? Listen, it's a big gamble, but if he does for the Falcons what he done with Indiana, I mean, I remember watching Michael Penix Jr.'s games with Indiana when he was their quarterback, and I remember seeing a press bit, and it talked about how good Michael Penix Jr. Must be because nobody gets Indiana to be a ranked team. You know what I mean? Because it's Indiana.
Yeah.
It's a historically bad team. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
he's turned them around.
yeah. I mean, it certainly is a risk, a gamble, as you say, but I'm certainly not going to poo-poo it because obviously the rationale's there. He's speaking the words you want to hear, and it's evident that he practices what he preaches. He says what he wants done, and he does it, which is something that can't be said for our current coaching staff. So yeah, that's a really interesting name to throw in there, and I like it. If you want to talk about coaching hires, because I was saying that the coaching pool was shrinking down a little bit. Obviously, Sarkisian's confirmed that he's staying at Texas. Obviously, Lane Kiffin's now the head coach at LSU, so he's off the table. But yeah, I really like the Signetti suggestion.
What's the sign of a good head coach and a leader? They make average players look good. They make good players look great. They make great players look elite, and they make elite players look untouchable.
Yeah.
Raheem Morris does the opposite. He makes elite players look good and good players look average. For whatever Kurt Signetti is doing, he's got the belief of the players in that room. And I'm sorry, but Raheem Morris is just it's whatever he's saying, it's just going right over these players' heads.
Yeah, like I agree with a lot of what you're saying there about Signetti. I think he'd be a great hire. I'm just scoping this out here about McGarry. Got hurt in the preseason. It was players available during the trade deadline. Yeah, he did sell us a little bit on the staff and the roster. For the most part, I felt like we were in a better position than what we were, but I could see, as I said earlier, I could see people's point when they were coming in going, why are we not playing starters? Even from the standpoint of letting them play a little bit.
As if it's going to get worse because they're literally in the red zone.
Brace yourselves, folks.
So it could be 37-9 quite soon.
And we've got Grundy saying he wants Mike McCarthy. He likes Tomlin too. Mike McCarthy could be a good shout. I like McCarthy.
Kurt Signetti, Kirby Smart. See if he's available.
Yeah. You proved what you had to prove at Georgia. Do you want to come along the road? that would be fun.
ABR, mate. Anybody but Raheem.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, this is what the Atlanta Falcons don't do. The Seattle Seahawks have won this game. They're 39 up, right? And they're still pushing for this touchdown. And I don't know how many times I've watched this Atlanta Falcons team under Arthur Smith and Raheem Morris taking a lead and then struggling and losing the lead and just getting over the line because we don't have that. There we go. Touchdown. Touchdown.
Yep.
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
I knew you'd get one. He had to. But at the same time...
What's Raheem doing?
Absolutely nothing.
Looking at the scoreboard.
I don't think he's seen the score, has he? 37-9 a bit to be.
I mean, I'm sorry. See, if I'm watching this and I'm the leader, I'm getting in and I'm handing in my resignation. I'm resigning after watching this.
This is brutal. Brutal.
So, extra points good. 37-9, mate.
There we go. I almost want to stop updating the score at this point, but I won't. Just obviously, for the sake of posterity and for the sake of the people watching, I will continue to keep you up to date. But as Des says, it's been game over for a minute at 37-9. And the one positive that can come from tonight is if I wake up to news that Raheem is gone.
Mate, I don't see it happening, but
I don't. Nah, probably not till the end of the season at least. If that.
as I said, if I'm Drake London's agent, I am robbing the Falcons. Falcons if I have to keep my player at this team. I am one top 3 wide receiver money.
That was what C-Double had mentioned as well. It's like, if you're going to pay a man to come back to this, yeah, you're going to have to throw in a couple of extra million there. Do I view CD Lamb as do I view Drake London as worth as much as guys like CD Lamb and Jamar Chase? In terms of production, he proves to be. So I mean, but then again, you count it in the money situation and where we're at cap wise, and it might be a different conversation. But I would not let that go under any circumstances. We've finally got a number 1 receiver, first time since Julio's down skid. We've been trying to find that guy, but Drake's came in and he's been balling out consistently. I mean, you can't really ask for more than that. We're losing the games, but he's going out there and he's getting 150, 180 yards, 2 touchdown, 3 touchdown games. So, I mean, I don't see any world where you don't sign Drake London, where at least most of the fan base are not going, what the fuck are you doing? I mean, we've been saying it for weeks already, Des. Why have we not paid him up to this point?
Well, you don't know. Maybe they are trying to trade him. Maybe they are looking to push him and move him on. Maybe Terry Fontenot's trying to get maybe 2 1s for him. You know what I mean? You just don't know, mate. See, to be honest, mate, nothing surprises me with this organisation anymore.
Yeah, that's the thing. We may not actually be a bad team, despite what the scores say, but we are a very bad organisation that reflects poorly on the team because we have zero management skills, and it counts. It really counts when you go up against a structured, well-oiled machine as they've got in Seattle. That Kubiak offense, like we said earlier on in the show, we didn't want to speak it into existence, but we said if we let this offense get going, it's over. And it's proved true.
And that Tompkins has just took it back to near just over the 50-yard line as a return. So Jamal Agnew, get him to fuck.
Yeah.
Tompkins looks decent, and
Okay.
he's not an official returner. He's a wide receiver.
Yeah. I'd fuck with it though. As I said, I was one of the guys I think I might be the only guy that ever mentioned it, but I went, let's see if you're not going to use Nathan Carter. Fucking put him back there. He's got some speed.
Aye, I know. Aye.
So why not give him a crack?
Look at the bright side. We've still got 7 minutes and 51 seconds to go.
I'm seizing up real bad, so I'm going to stand up real quick. So I'm going to go off cam, but I'm still on audio. 2 seconds, guys.
So there's a flag. Roughing the passer, 15-yard penalty on Cousins. Oh, aye. Dear, oh dear.
We'll take the 15. Gimme.
That's terrible. He actually, he had Cousins, he'd got Cousins, he'd wrapped him and then he threw him to the floor. That should be a thing where a first a first warning to getting ejected. That was ridiculous.
That might actually get a fine. That was almost on the level of wantonness of, like, do you remember that hit
Aye.
that Trevor Lawrence took? It's almost like that. He's gone in and all guns blazing. That was bad. Mitchell, you said it, brother. Couldn't agree with you more. 23 points the offense and the special teams has gave up tonight. It's not a good look. Not in the least. Like, as I told you,
Bad organisation.
Yeah,
Bad
like
coaching.
we're looking for silver linings at this point. At least another one is we can teach you guys in the States some new creative swear words that you haven't heard.
Kirk Cousins act. That was a blitz, and they didn't see it.
Can't blame him for that. That defense is no joke whatsoever. Man, they are coming so quick.
Our offense line just literally folded like a pack of cards there, man.
And this is the thing, for being as quick as they are, like, they're not the biggest boys. We've got the size to handle them. It's just that the guys that are out there are inept or hurting. I mean, Chris isn't 100%. Jake's not 100%. It's just one more thing to tie onto this season, but I feel like for all the injuries there's been, the O-line's been the worst affected, certainly. That group has been crushed this year. Like, at this point, I'm not against going against bringing in somebody who's tackle guard flexible, just for some depth on this O-line.
I mean, Mitchell Grundy's put in stick. I don't think Cousins doing as good as he can, mate. You know what I mean? It's no the our L's go a lot more in depth than just the quarterback.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's a negative to Kirk. I feel like it's a positive to their defense because we can't stop them at the rate at which they're coming off. Kirk's going to get beat up, but fair play. That was a tasty throw he made to Darnell Mooney for the score, or the score that wasn't a score. But he's got some arm, but he's not got the time. This defense is too quick.
Just mind-numbing. Just energy sap watching this. I can only imagine what it must be like being actually in the team, mate.
Oh, I think AJ's body language told me everything I needed to know, mate. AJ's looks just dejected and done. And I'm dejected and done. I know you are too. Guys in the chat that have sat here for the last 3 hours and endured this with me, and endured it with us, I should say. It's just been crazy. And for the first 20 minutes, I did have visions of doing the full stream myself, which would have been even more depressing. So shout out to you first off, Des, because you really have no cause to be here. You could be out wandering, enjoying Albufera, and instead you're in here subjecting yourself to this.
I know, mate. Pass interference against, is that Chris Flair?
Yep.
And again, the Seattle Seahawks are. I mean, we might actually get a touchdown here, mate, but it wouldn't make any difference.
Nah.
Tyler Algier, no, stopped at the 6-yard line, 5-yard line.
Touchdowns now count for nothing but Pro Bowl votes.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, Mitchell Grundy. Yeah, maybe it is time to put stick in. Oh, Taylor Algier.
Actually, on that, yeah, get him some reps, like, because there's no guarantee that Kirk's going to even be here next season.
So 3rd and goal now. We've literally moved nothing. Run, Cousins. Just go yourself.
Exactly. Go.
This is what I got upset about. Cousins is literally get lines there, but he could just. It's only 5 yards. Run for the fucking line. He's standing there. There's nobody around him, and he's watching to see where he can throw it.
I don't like. I'm going to make this as clear as I can. I don't want to fucking hear anymore that Matt Ryan, when he was under centre for the Falcons, had mobility issues. He had 5 yards, no targets, and he didn't take off. I don't care, man. You've made $300 million in this league. You can put your body on the line just one more time. Fucking go.
Oh my God. Turnover and downs.
Pathetic. The kickoff did it.
I got to say, this is the worst I've seen this, mate, because, Arthur Smith, at least Arthur Smith had, just depressing watching this, mate.
Yeah. Truly. I was going to go in all guns blazing for the post game, and now I'm just so deflated. Do you know what I'm saying? I was angry. I'm not even angry anymore. I'm just done.
Oh, and now we've got to put up with Drew Lock. Now he's in for Sam Darnold. And Laquelle London gets flagged for pushing the guy after the play, and it's 15 yards. Just really a bad coached team, mate. There's nothing else to say on this. When you've actually got the backup on the team playing now because it's such a rout, then
it's ridiculous. It really is.
Yeah, no bother. It was a pleasure chatting to you, lads. I'm going to go and go cry and scream into my Lorraine Kelly cuddle pillow.
It's been a pleasure hanging with you. And as I say, if you want to make it happen again real soon,
we always do. We finish off all the shows with Pain is International, mate, because it really is. Just nothing nice happens with us, man. Appreciate it, Jimmy, mate. Speak soon. Seattle are literally just running this time down now. Oh. Flag again.
See, you can tell it's a poorly coached team. Poorly coached teams also always have poor discipline when it goes to pot. And it's like
because there's no accountability, mate.
Yep.
There's no accountability because effectively the head coach wants to be everybody's pal. So they don't call out the garbage. Jamal Agnew literally drops a kickoff return last week that cost us 7 points, and then they put him straight in right after that. Any other head coach would have benched him. He wouldn't have seen the field again.
Yeah, 100%. And now, as you say, we've got to deal with Drew Lock for the next, 4 or so minutes?
Just under 4 minutes, mate. And that old saying, if you're making love to a beautiful woman, 4 minutes seems like a second. But if you're hanging over a pit with alligators below you, 4 minutes feels like a lifetime.
Yeah.
Well, that first half went quick, but I'll tell you, this second half feels like 10 games, mate. Honestly, it's dragged by.
It really does. It feels like we've had a whole nother season. But what I will do then, just so we don't endure this any longer than we absolutely must. We know you don't either, guys. So we'll drop the Q&A. So if anybody's got any more questions before we kind of get into the 2-minute warning, wind the game down, feel free to drop them down in the chat. We'll close it out the way we always do when the time comes. But we will drop the Q&A a little bit early because ain't nobody hanging around after this one. Let's be honest.
We're all going to go and cry in our Lorraine Kelly cuddle pillows. That's what we're going to do. If anybody doesn't know,
I'm a bit beyond cuddle pillows, mate. I'm a bit to end off like it's Erskine Bridge material.
Aye, if you're in America, it's effectively, I don't know, but I'm trying to think of a morning TV presenter. So effectively, a morning TV presenter cuddle pillow. That's what you can. What I found, I was literally digging through stuff in my spare room the other week, and I found the Super Bowl 51 program that I'd ordered because I wanted to keep it just when we won the Super Bowl that I had the souvenir.
Mm-hmm.
How did that work?
Who knows, man? Who knows? Well, there's an interesting question here from Mucho as well. He's saying, so what are the chances that a coaching fire does occur after the game? As much as I would love to say it's going to happen, I'm going to say I'm probably still 60-40 that it doesn't.
It would be highly irregular for Mr. Blank to do it. There's only one. I think he's only ever fired one coaching staff, one head coach in the season, and that was Dan Quinn in 2020. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I don't think he's really one to break with precedent too much. He strikes me from the way he conducts himself as a traditionalist. So I don't see him making any changes before the end of the season. That's probably some of the worst news that you'll have tonight, because at this point, I feel like I will be watching, because at this point, like I'm in this deep of me as well, but there does come a point where you go, how much more of this do I have to endure, but before we get good, so to speak.
Mucho Grundy, what I'm going to say is we lost to the New York Jets last week, and Raheem Morris wasn't fired. So if he doesn't get fired after losing to the New York Jets, he's not going to get fired after losing to the 9-3 Seattle Seahawks. That's the way you have to look at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
guess if we bring depth and tiredness into the equation as well, you can say that we did hold our own for that first half, which we did.
Yeah. Andrew G 4451 says, I bet Raheem is back next year. There's not a chance in this earth now. I mean, we're going 4-9. No. So even if it's a losing season, it's not going to happen.
Yeah. Win out and it's still cooked. He's gone. He has to be gone. I'm not being funny. You're going to literally lose fans to other teams. I've seen people literally posting it. There's been so much mediocrity for so long.
See, to be honest, mate, and I'm saying this, and I'll be controversial. See, if you want to go and support another team, then go and support another team. You know what I mean? If you've decided to pick, or if you're in Atlanta or whatever, if you're not in Atlanta and you're in somewhere else around the world, and you decided that you wanted to pick the Atlanta Falcons and you want to make a change, then what was the point? You know what I mean? The Atlanta Falcons, the Atlanta Falcons, we ain't no glory hunters, that's for sure.
No, that's it. Like, as I said, coming in, none of my options were particularly good, but I had a choice of 4 when I got into the game. My mum's a Cowboys fan, my uncle's a Dolphins fan, my mum's boyfriend at the time was a Vikings fan, and the Vikings were playing the Falcons that day. So I had realistically 4 choices. None of them were particularly good. I just saddled myself up for a unique kind of misery. That's all I'll say on that one, I guess.
Yeah. And Andrew says Blank is a horrible owner. I mean, you've got to remember he's 82. You know what I mean? At some point, your faculties are going to start losing your faculties. Anybody at 82 is their brain doesn't work as well as their brain used to work. So he's desperate. He's making bad decisions based on his desperation to win the Lombardi before effectively he's no longer here. And at 82, everybody at 82 has a thought of how long they're still going to be here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the biggest mistake, to be honest, Arthur Smith was the right choice at that point with all the coaches that were there. He was the right coach. He was the right pick. But Raheem Morris was just a garbage pick. I hated it at the time, and I still hate it. And the quicker he's gone, the better. And again, if it is a case of we rip everything up and Jeff Ulbrich isn't here next year, then so be it. We just need to. What I want accountability. We cannot watch this happening on a field and nothing changes. And effectively, our owner is seeing this and saying, right, that's fine. We're happy with this. You know what I mean? At some point, something needs to be happened, and it's got nothing to do with the wide receiver coach. That's for sure.
No, and it's got nothing to do with the defensive coordinator. I will be sad to lose Ulbrich, but I am willing to sacrifice him if it means getting the overhaul that we need. So I'm not completely against it, but I feel like he's done enough to stay. The same way Nate Ollie. And there's not much in the coaching staff that we can say has been a positive this year, but that is two guys that have kind of come into their own.
The good news is the game's finished.
So there we go. That is your final. Seattle Seahawks, what was it, 37? Atlanta Falcons 9. It was not in any way a game that was enjoyable to watch, but in so much, if you take the game out of it, it's always a pleasure to spend time with you guys. As we say, if you've got takes to give, we want to hear them. So if you want to join the Kilted Revolution and earn your kilt, you know what to do. But we'll wrap it up, give you all back your evening, and let you lick your wounds a little bit. So what I'll do is I'll close in the traditional way, as we always do. So remember that no matter what happens, no matter how the team treats us, we love our ATL. And before we wish you all good night, not that it's been a good game, but a good night at least, we would assure you that, as always, pain is international, very much pain, but so is passion. So, to that end, you will see us next week again to absorb whatever blows are coming. But again, thank you to everyone who's took the time to spend the game with us. Des, thank you to you especially for jumping on. I know it's been a long haul, but thanks again. And until Thursday, peace out. Much love to y'all. Scottish Falcons out.
See you soon.